Yo, what up? Richie Rich back at y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? This is an open panel. Whoever want to jump on, as long as you coming with the positive vibes, let's talk about it. Just did the live on Dr. Dre. Shout out to B Dot. I think he sent me a let me post this up real quick. All right, Dr. Dre just I guess he updated his status. Let me get into it. Let me show y'all what he talking about. Show you what he talking about. Dr. Dre. B Dot in the building. Shout out to B Dot. You know what I'm saying? What it do, man? What it do, man?
What's going on with you, bro? How everything going?
Man, everything is lovely, man. I can't complain about nothing, brother. You know what I mean? Can't complain about. Only thing I can complain about is that, you know, they only sent me $200 on my stimulus. You know what I'm talking about? So it's in
200. Come on, man. Come on, man. 200. That's all.
Man, I don't know why they doing your boy like that. Shout out to Brandshaw, man. I'm gonna send you the link too, man. I don't know if you at work, wherever you at. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. Come on, y'all, be respectful. You know, all good. Shout out to Brian. Hit that like button. 5-man in the building. Felicia back in the building. Hit that like button. Shout out to Terry, man. We gotta do a show, Terry. We gotta do a show. We gotta get you on here, girl. You know what I'm saying? I see Brandshaw trying to connect now. Internet gotta be right. Internet gotta be right, my brother.
Oh, what's up? I just got off work.
Shout out to Brandshaw around the world. Make sure y'all go check that brother out. He dropping videos on stock exchange and you know the whole nine. Make sure y'all check him out.
What's B?
What's going on, man? How's everything going on your end, brother?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Always blessed. Knowing that, man, I get to work with some phenomenal people, do what I like, and I get paid doing it. And then when I get tired, I go on vacation. Shit, I got the best life, man. I'm being real. I just saw that Dr. Dre stuff, and I'm so glad I got divorced last year, man. Well, 3 months ago. Fuck that. But yeah, man. So, like I said, give people their roses while they're here, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is the new tweet right here. Dr. Dre says, thanks to my family and friends and fans for their interests and well wishes. I'm doing great and getting excellent care from my medical team. I'll be out the hospital and back home soon. Shout out to all the great medical professionals at Cedar One Love. So I guess he's doing good. Y'all heard the doctor earlier say on the video that people have brain aneurysms more than they know it. And he said it ain't too, you know, a lot of people don't even, they have a headache and they think it's just a headache. What's going on, T-Love in the house?
T-Love, T-Lazy, what's happening? You got to take your phone off mute. You're on mute, bro.
You're on mute. Mute. Sign language, my brother. Somebody know sign language on the panel? That brother talking other stuff. He probably talking about California too. You on mute.
He said west side, the best side. That's what he said. He said west side is the best
you
side.
can't hear me? My bad, man. Hey, man, I just said, man, shout out to all my brothers and the illustrious organization to Cap Alpha Sci-Fi New Pi. Happy J5. Special shout out to my brother from another mother, B Dot. Love you, brother to death. Roll the tape. Brandshaw. Como está? Mi hermano. Hey, and to everybody, Roller Tape audience, much love. Special shout out to Dries and all my Mexico partners. So we just came back from TJ. It was beautiful. Love all y'all. Happy New Year. I'm gonna get off, man, and enjoy y'all, man. I just want to come on and say what's up.
Hey,
I appreciate you coming on the channel, man. I seen you on Drees. You know what I'm saying? I seen y'all in the videos and shit. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. That's right. I love y'all, man. I love everything y'all doing.
You know what my son told me last night? You know what he told me last night? He said, man, after this pandemic, he said, man, I want to take a trip. I said, where you want to go, boy?
Oh, okay.
Anywhere you want to go. You know what he said, right?
TJ.
Nah, man, go ahead on that shit. He said California.
He said DR.
Nah, he ain't but
in the hallway. Man. You know what it is. West Coast to West Coast.
7, man. He was 7. But you know,
West
I would
Coast
tell
to
you,
West Coast. You know what it is.
Yeah,
hey, shout out to Andre and Andrea, everyone in the house, everyone in the panel, you know, to the Kaboom brother himself. Shout out to everybody. Love y'all, man. I'm going to get off and let y'all do what y'all do.
Peace out, my bro.
100. All right, B-Dot. All right, Bon.
Jerome said Dr. Dre team already sold his producer's catalog. I don't know about that one, but.
Yeah, I heard about that, man. That Bitcoin. I was about to jump on the next, in 2 weeks, but that shit's already. They say that's going to be 19%. That's going to multiply by 19%, man. That might even hit 100,000 in the coming future. Not right now, but in the future, man. That's whoever put money in that is just licking their chops, man. It's doing good. It went from what 30 to 31 to 34. Now it's at 35. Yeah, y'all doing big things, man.
B-Dot, what it's gonna do, man? You know you missed the Bitcoin Brian. A lot of these guys don't know. You know you was Bitcoin Brian before you was B-Dot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm not gonna say I got in super early, but I got in early. When I got into Bitcoin, it was $578. That was back in 2016. So my portfolio, I'm looking at it right now, man. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. I ain't gonna show y'all everything, but I'm monitoring it. It's looking pretty good. It's looking real good right now.
That's what's up. Branjo, man. So you say you're not gonna jump on that Bitcoin, brother? Too late or what?
I don't know, man. It's flying. I was supposed to jump on it last week, man. I was talking to I ain't gonna say who I was talking to, but I was talking to somebody, and he put 19,000 on it, and before he knew it, he already made 7,000. So I talked to him, and he said, yeah, I could hook you up with some people how to put it together. And I said, let me straighten a couple of things up, and I'm gonna jump on Bitcoin. And before I could even jump, man, I already went from 26 to 30, 29, 30, 35. It's out of my league now, man, because I can't. I just got to get a little partial. I got to get a little partial points now.
It's not out of your league, man. I promise you, it's not out of your league. Everybody said it was too high when it was at 19,000, 20,000, 17,000. You know, just wait. One thing about Bitcoin, it always pulls back. It'll make a big jump and it'll pull back. So that's always good time to get in. Don't worry about the price, dude. I'm telling you, when I got into Bitcoin in 2016, my homie called me and told me about it. Well, I'd already heard about Bitcoin, but I didn't know the magnitude of, up until that point. So my homie told me about it back in 16. It was $578. You know what I told him?
Right.
I said, oh shit. I said, man, I said, what? I said, man, that's too high, man. That shit expensive, bro. I said, oh hell no. He said, dude, listen to me. Don't worry about the price. Just get you some. I thought it was high at $578, bro. Now look at it. It's 35,000. So
it's never too late. It's never too late to get in. I'm sorry to interrupt. It's never too late to get in. I made $4,000 a day off of Tesla. I'm a happy man. It's never too late to get in. I spent 6 G's on Tesla this week. Okay, I'm good. It's never too late to get on a Bitcoin because, like you said, if it's go up to 100, you're still gonna get paid.
Yeah,
it's never too late.
You're right.
So shout out to the panel.
The only thing is, I got my money tied up in other things, man. And by the time I bring it out, Bitcoin's gonna fly past me. But I got caught out there. When I did that drop from 170 to 100, and I bought it. I still got it 170, but I bought it at 126. It dropped all the way to 104. So I got to wait for the company to get my money's worth out of that.
Well, they got two good positions out there. One is Bitcoin and one is Tesla. You can't lose in either one of them.
Neo's coming strong though.
Neo's these Chinese playing little games with Neo. They're up and down, and they're snatching and taking. They don't even want to make. They don't even make it to $60 yet, even though they got their earnings coming out. You know,
it's a strong company. They're gonna be doing the offensive coming when Beams comes in. Beams is the power. Beams come in and they got to get the game out the plugs first. They got to get the charging stations in. That's the only thing they don't have.
Hey, we got a lot of static. Can everybody turn their volume down just a little bit? I don't know who it is. Or either mute your mic until it's time to talk. But go ahead. Let me give a shout out to Andre. Bought my Bitcoins at 8,000, so that means he got more than one. So let's just say he had two, and I ain't gonna put the brother business out there, right? So if you got two Bitcoins, you pay 16,000. So at 35,000 per coin, it's at 70 grand for two of them. Minus them 16,000. Hold on, my math ain't that good, but I think it's about. So you up $68,000, brother. But go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, my price prediction for this year is 80,000. Once I hit 80,000, I'll start taking some profits. I'm not gonna touch it until it hit 80. I think it'll do it this year. Probably it's August, September, or maybe sooner. But I'm thinking 80,000. That's my personal target, and then that's when I start pulling some profits.
Yeah, my target figure is about 100,000. I'm in it long term, so I analyze the stock game, and it's a patience game. It's a tolerance game. You got to separate one from the other. Your life and your stock game, it's got to be two separate things. Okay, you got to let that money sit and grow. You got to pick the right stock, the right investment. You can't toy around when it comes to money, because your money can fly right out the door as fast as it comes in. So, Roller Tape know what I'm invested in. He knew it for a long time, and he gonna know a long time to come to. It's gonna be that Tesla, okay? Because the way the world is, Tesla's just not an automotive company. It's a whole different project, and they got too many people backing them for them to fucking float up. Excuse my language. So you want a strong foundation on what you invest in. Now, this pandemic has made everybody an investor, okay? Because everybody's home. So everybody is getting it with for the Bitcoins and the Teslas and the Neos and all this other good stuff. That's why the market is booming right now. And the pandemic, shout out to the pandemic that lost a lot of lives, but it made the stock market out of control. So this is the time to be involved in the stock market. Those two trades that I said, the Bitcoin and the Tesla, you can't lose. But you're playing with big money now. These portions that I'm talking about, you're playing with big money. I look at a lot of people's portfolios on the internet, and they don't even got shares of shares. They got little percentages, and they're not doing anything. They're just playing with their money. Okay, you're dropping thousands. Okay, you intend to get a return. Okay, if you dropping 1,000, you're not gonna get any return. You're just playing around. You're just wasting your day. You know what I'm saying? You're only making the market better for people like the real investors. I'm not taking any profits either. That's gonna hurt my position. Okay, so my position, I keep strengthening it up. Every time I get some dough, I strengthen up my position and strengthen it up and strengthen it up. And I've also lost a lot of money. But I'll tell you one thing, I've recouped it from Tesla. Okay, I don't want to talk too much on the panel. I want to hear, what Bajor got to say, because I see him smile. He got a lot to say. But you guys understand what I'm talking about, because we're all investors in this.
Hey, hold on one second, Branjo. 1 second. Shout out to you, New York King, because you told me when that thing was at 300 something. Now it's at 7. It's done double. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't
750, 750, 750 after hours.
Right. When I post these questions up, some of y'all try to answer some of them. All right. So go ahead, Brandon, if you want to take this one or New York King.
No, I was saying amen to everything he was saying, man, because he was on point in everything. I was saying amen, man, because I was listening. I was just listening.
Yeah, Terry Quinn. I would say yes, because if you look at this at precious metals, look at those charts, look at the prices. They're nowhere in comparison to the gains that's coming within, like he said, like Tesla, the gains that are coming within crypto in general. It's a lot of institutional money this go around going into crypto. That's why the prices are shooting up like that. Ethereum is next. You know, the top two, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I mean, long term, in my opinion, not financial advice, you know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do with your own money. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. But in my opinion, Bitcoin and mainly also Ethereum as well. Ethereum, in my opinion, Ethereum will be it's at around $1,000 right now. It'll be at 3,000 real soon. So that's just my opinion. You know, looking at the charts, looking at what's going on, and watching the news, watching these institutional investors coming in, and looking at the use case. It's a lot of crypto out there that don't have a use case. It's, you know, all these other coins out there that don't really have anything, you know, going on. But Ethereum, Bitcoin, a few other ones that have a true use case, long term, they're going to be good. I did some work for Tesla. I did some consulting work for Tesla back when I was back in 2017. The price was $50 in 2017. $50. And I didn't get into it. I could have, but I didn't get into it. I was so busy dealing with Bitcoin and stuff like that back then. But yeah, Tesla, and I work with Tesla. I know a lot of top guys in Tesla. Tesla is going places. They light years ahead of everybody else. So Tesla's a good stock.
Yeah, I got this model right now. It's just called Tesla for Life. So that's where I'm putting every single dime, penny, cash into Tesla because I believe in this company. It's got so much of a strong foundation. It's got no place but growth. I think they're going to do another stock split this year, which is going to be good for the long-term investors like me. So that way more people can jump in and it could just make my pockets even stronger. Like I said, time changes, nothing stays the same. Who wants to keep paying for gasoline? You know, before we didn't have computers before. Now we got all kind of computers. Before we had block cell phones. Now we got these high-tech cell phones. So technology and medicine is the way of the future. And you want, like Bitcoin, like my man said, you want these companies with strong foundations, with ARK Foundation, with ARK investments behind them, and all these other institutions that are backing them that have money. You know, Tesla's just so far gone. People are afraid to touch the stock because it's too expensive to get into. But it's never too late. It's never too late. You put in a little bit, put in a little bit, and then all of a sudden it'll start paying off. All of a sudden it'll go from 5,000 to 10,000 to 15,000 because you keep putting it in it. You're putting it in it, and it keeps giving back. Of course, you're going to have pullbacks, but you got to understand there are days you're going to have there's red days and there's green days. Okay, but ever since the end of last year, Tesla's just been going straight up, and it doesn't look like it's about to stop. So I'm sure they got to do some sort of adjustment soon, but it's still going to go through the roof. This is not a stock that's just going to float up and go away. The guy who owns Tesla, he's the second richest man on the planet because of Tesla. And he's not playing with the stock people. He's giving the money back. He's not holding like Neil is like these Chinese are holding the plane with the 50, 40, 50, 40, 50, 40, 50. It's hard for you to put a really good load of money into Neil right now until they start really functioning like a good stock.
Yeah, but the thing with Neo is they're waiting on the sales to come in. Is that me?
Yeah, I think it is you.
Neo got some great cars. Neo got some great cars, but they're too far behind on Tesla. Tesla is on a rapid pace to the moon. And once once he encounters his other company, SpaceX included with it, this guy's a genius. He keeps selling stuff to the people. So once he connects SpaceX to Tesla, okay, that's gonna go to the moon. It's gonna go to the moon. So it's best.
What about this question right here, man? She got a good question.
Yeah, you got to pay taxes on the money, Felicia. I'm sorry. Shout out to Felicia Jonah. Yeah, you got to pay tax on that money.
The deal is this. All right, when you buy it, okay, it's called givers and takers. When you buy into the market, you give it. When you take, like when you take your profits, that's when you pay. That's when they're going to report and they're going to pay your taxes, because it's like capital gains taxes in there. And it was the OCC came out with the report yesterday, so they're going to be regulating this stuff, especially when you come talking about these capital gains. But one thing I want to talk about, and Andre beat me to the punch. I want to say this: look at technology. Technology has always gotten better. Does anyone in this room think technology is going to go backwards? It's not. It's always going to get better. So also look at Amazon. What's Amazon stock right now? 3,000. Last I checked, it was like $3,212. Amazon stock. Who is the leading electric car company? Tesla. It's at 700 and something. Tesla and electric cars, everybody's getting into the electric car game. Toyota, Porsche, Ford, everybody's getting into the electric car game. But now Tesla, they the leader of the pack. They light years ahead of everybody else. Trust me, I know. I worked there. I've seen the shit with the stuff with my own eyes. So if you think it's too high, don't worry about it. Long term, like you said, long term investments for your future, your family's future, your kids' future is where it's at. The days of the get rich quick and all that, of course things can happen, but it's like a lottery ticket. But invest long term, man, and it'll work out. Amazon, shoot, I remember Amazon was $400, $500, $600 too. Now look at it, $3,000. So it can happen. Look at the market cap. Look at the market cap of Tesla and the market cap of Amazon. It's going to get there. So it's just some shocking things that's going on right now within the crypto space. And, it's never too late to get in.
Yo, shout out to Big J. Like I said, long term is your best option. People believe that they could just stick there. This is not a casino stock market. It's nothing that you're going to go into and you're going to be rich overnight. It's gambling. It's gambling at its highest level. So in order to eliminate that gambling, you got to be ready to sit down on it and do something long term, and let it grow. You got to let it grow like a tree. I try to do the day trading. I was losing my ass. I try to day trade. I try to catch the numbers. I try to analyze the stocks, and the movements, and I'm driving myself crazy. I'm dropping 5-10 grand in here, and I'm seeing G's fly out the door. I'm like, yo, whoa. I'm doing something wrong. So I said, yo, this is not going to work for me. I'm not no expert at this game. I'm not sitting in front of the computer. I'm not no real stockbroker, but I know one thing. Everybody who I'm following long term is getting paid. And they're getting paid off of one. I got one stock in my portfolio. You guys know what it is. One. That way I can function on one thing. Just one stock in my portfolio. I don't need a whole list. I already know the one that I want to be with. That's it. I'm long term with that. I'm not looking to get rich today. I'm looking for something long term. I like to look day by day on my growth. And then if I have a loss by Tesla, I can say, oh well, because I seen Tesla take a loss the same day. I seen it crash same day and recover the same day. This is a powerful stock. It's just so powerful stock that it crashes and recovers in the same day. A lot of stocks can't do that. So they see the numbers going down, they'll throw $1 billion in it just to throw it right back up, to keep the ante going. And I've seen it do that a bunch of times. Just like today, after hours, the stock just went not even a wiggle. It just went straight up. They say, here, take this. So long term is where it is. It's not a quick ticket out. Same thing with Bitcoin. People like, oh, I should have bought it when it was this. I seen Bitcoin when it was eight grand, and I was like, oh, I should get into this. But I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking just Tesla. So hopefully in a year or two, we'll have the same conversation, and I'll be in a better position with Tesla. Like I said, I got one stock in my portfolio. That's all I need. One that gives back.
Welcome to the show, brother Jackie Irwin, aka. What's going on with it?
Doing the same thing. You know, I heard spoken about. I heard stock speaking about. I apologize. So you know, I gotta get involved. This is my thing. You know. So yeah, a lot of the stuff I heard, you know, I can't disagree with it. You know, for the most part, I think this pandemic has presented an opportunity to kind of level the playing field. People who didn't have knowledge or who weren't investors or you know trading, it just brought different opportunities. It's unfortunate a lot of people had to suffer or you know possibly lose their life over it. Family had to watch it, but it's times like these where you know, like you guys said, it's the long term, good or bad. You know, what are you in it for? You know, if you're in it for the long haul, you know, and I feel the same way toward like presidency and stuff like that. You know, because it's not really about Democrat or Republican. You know what I'm saying? It's you take the opportunity presented to you, whether you agree with it or not, and you find a way to capitalize off of it. And that's pretty much what everybody's doing during this pandemic. And it's beautiful to see Black people, especially, and not only Black people, but like, you know, adolescent Black people or, you know, youth just participating in it. And it's excellent because it's making the market volatile and it's, you know, a lot of people are making a lot of money, you know, and, you know, just hopefully people are smart and know what they're doing with it. But I heard what the brother said that he said, you know, he tried the day trading and it didn't work for him. And he's with the investing. And I think that's very important because a lot of people, you know, on YouTube, you see all these advertisements and dudes showing you profit and losses, and you know, everybody's making money, right? Like nobody's losing. And what he said is very important because he expressed that, yo, he's losing. I'm taking a loss. And people need to understand besides day trading, you have like intraday stuff, you have weekly stuff, you have monthly stuff. You can swing trade. What he's doing is invested, you know, and he believes in a particular company and he's invested in that company. And there's many forms, there's many different markets that you can invest in other than like stocks, you know, like how you guys are speaking on Bitcoin. I don't personally trade Bitcoin, but you know, that's an opportunity. You know, you have options, you have Forex, you have futures. And and what people got to understand is trading has to do a lot with your personality. You see what I mean? Like you may not be able to do an intraday trade where you're looking at a 5-minute chart and you're more comfortable with dealing with a daily chart or a weekly chart, you know, or dealing with the long haul. It's really based upon your personality. When you begin trading, you begin to understand certain things that you have to battle, you know, with yourself. Like he said earlier, like patience. That's why I think this conversation is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like he said, patience. You deal with your greed. You know, you deal with your fear of missing out. You deal with anxiety. You deal with, you know, doubting yourself. It's really a challenge, and you have to put yourself out of the, you know, I have $1 in a dream mentality. And you have to get yourself in a systematic approach, and it has to be a business. You see what I'm saying? Like it really has to function like a business. When you really begin trading and you really begin understanding trading, that shit is boring as hell. You see what I mean? It's you being the dealer at the blackjack table. You know what I mean? Versus being the other person on the other end with the chips playing blackjack. The casino has a systematic approach. They're not in it for that. See what I mean? They're taking a game, and because of their rules and their style, they have a 52% chance of winning while you have a 48% chance. It doesn't mean that you're not going to win. You see what I mean? But that 2% plays over the millions of people that pass through there daily within that city or within that area or within that year. And this is why these boards and these executives turn a quarter or at the end of the year, because they have a systematic approach. It's all numbers. Yes, they're gambling, they're gambling with a high probability though. You see what I mean? That plays out over the long term. So they're not concerned about losing $1,000 now, $2,000 now, $3,000 now, because you don't know what the next hand is going to bring. It's no different than flipping a coin, but statistically it plays out over time. And if people have that mentality as they're gambling, whether it's poker or into the markets or whatever it is, if you have that edge, you can be profitable long term. And like I said, a lot of people got to get out of that dollar and the dream mentality. Sorry, I don't mean to be, talking so much, but I love this shit. This is my shit.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I love talking about it because I've been talking about it for so long, and people always hit me up on the side and ask me different things. And I just love talking about it, man. It's a hobby of mine. It's one of my only hobbies, and I just love talking about it. I love researching things, and I'm on this ride as well, man. I'm on this ride as well. It's never and I tell everybody, it's never too late. Trust me, because I had the same mindset at 578. I had the same mindset. Oh man, I'm too late. This stuff is too high, But now look at it. So look at yourself in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
Well,
you'll look back and be happy.
I agree with everything you guys are saying. Like somebody said, they remember when it was $5. Somebody said they remember when it was $300. Now, I agree with what everyone is saying. It may get to 100,000. And in hindsight, it's always easy to be like, oh, it was low at this time because it got to 100,000. But there is a such thing as it is currently too high. And now is not the best time to purchase it. And there's a lot of factors that play into that, into me saying that, and a lot of it has to do with your risk management and what are you risking, and like what actually is your strategy, what is your target, what is your stop. You see what I'm saying? Like what's confirming this for you? There's things like you can wait for it to pull back. We have resistance areas. There's new highs that are made that become resistance areas, and the price has to pull back. There is a such thing as too high. You see what I'm saying? Like Tesla is at 750. You know what I mean? 752 or something like that. I believe it went. It's easy tomorrow if it goes to 800 to say, oh, I should have got it at 750. You see what I mean? But you got to have a strategy. Like technically, it's at all-time high. It is too high to buy. It is expensive to buy. You know what I mean? Like not every trade is a trade that you're supposed to take, depending on what your strategy is or what you're trying to do. If that makes a little bit of sense. You see what I'm saying? Like not taking any position can be a good position. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Peace to the panel. What's happening, fellas?
I hear somebody.
Yeah, I'm not trying. I don't mean if somebody's talking. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say. The next thing is this teaches you responsibility. You got to be very responsible, because man, if you got a personality that you just like, go with it. You're going to lose a lot of money. And I learned the hard way, man. I lost a few thousands that way, and now I'm more cautious. I'm playing it. I'm playing exactly what you guys are saying, man. I'm playing my position. seeing how it goes over, playing it for a long period of time, looking at the analytics and the books and whatnot, and just making sure that everything is fine. And when I get a position, I'm just going to leave it there for a couple of months, because sometimes you have to let it play out. It's going to take a dip, and when it goes down, if you panic, when it comes back up, you missed it, and then you went to another position, and then all of a sudden you keep losing money in the other position. So you really got to just calm down and be very relaxed and patient. And that's what I've learned big time this year. Patience.
Yep. Remove the emotion.
What's happening, fam?
What's up, man?
How many technical traders we got on the panel?
Oh, right here, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry. So yeah, I don't see the other names. What's your name? What's your handle?
Erwin.
Erwin. Okay, good. Yeah, because I recognize that, some of the stuff you were saying, support, resistance. If those terms that he's talking about don't mean anything to you, I hate to tell you, fellas, that ain't your money. You're going to give it all back. You're going to lose. You don't have a chance. There's a concept of smart money and dumb money. And if you are not a technical trader, you are the dumb money. I hate to hurt your feelings, but I'm here to slap some reality into my people, because we got to win in this game. I'm about that trading life. Dollar Will is my name. I trade all things sensitive to the US dollar. Okay. So I've been trading. I'm despite my youthful voice, I'm 56 years old. I was trading since I was in my 20s. I lost a whole lot of money. I came up through the fundamentalist analysis perspective. Learned that was crap. Okay, I came up during the dot-com bubble of the 90s, and gold, watched that rise from the toilet starting around 2001. It is a lie. It is a myth that gold always goes up. Gold went down pretty much for 25 years. It started rising in 2001. So there's nothing you can do to protect your money, but learn and educate yourself. You cannot buy property and say you're always going to be safe because real estate never goes down. That's a lie too. You have to learn how these markets work. Got to learn technical analysis. Got to learn correlations between assets. You got to get real with this, because you are dealing with the smartest, richest, most powerful people in the world, and you don't have a chance if you don't get some knowledge. And technical analysis is your first step.
Thank you. And listen, you said a lot of beautiful stuff, because I envy you from the fact that you said you've been doing this since you was 20. That's beautiful.
Bro, do you know how long I've been waiting to be able to have a conversation with just like one or two brothers about trading? I was in my 20s and they didn't know what I was talking about. I got into it. I thought at my job, man, I was talking to this white guy on the job was about about 2 years younger than me. And I was 23. He was 21. He knew so much about stocks, man. And I'm all competitive. I'm competitive in my pro-blackness, right? I'm like, how this dude know everything about it and I know nothing? And I went to Borders bookstore and bought me a book called How to Read the Price Table, the stock table in the newspaper. And I started learning from that point. And this dude was living in his own condo and stuff at 21. He had 6 figures in the bank. And he said he learned from his father. Dude said he learned from his father. I'm like, my father, nobody in my family knew nothing about it. And I said, I'm going to be the first one.
They only know 401k. That's all my family know. Listen, I agree with everything you said. The one thing I disagree with you about is that you said, now I'm a technical trader, is that you said fundamental analysis, I might have misunderstood or misconstrued your words, but it sounded like you said, like you made it seem fundamental analysis is not profitable. I disagree with you on that aspect, if that's what you meant.
Yeah, let me be clear. I think I was over the top with that. I am passionate about technical analysis, and let me clarify it.
I'm passionate. I'm technical analysis.
Yeah, but thank you for calling me on this. This is an important clarification. I do not mean to double speak or buck dance around the point that fundamental analysis is inferior to technical analysis. Period. If you are a fundamental if you're trading the fundamentals without also trading the technicals with a clear understanding that technical analysis is superior, then you are doing it wrong. Fundamental analysis has a purpose, and it allows you to compare disparate items. Like if you're trying to compare the value of IBM versus Walmart, these are two different companies that do two different things. And if you want to own a company for a long term, and you want to be sure that the company is profitable, has has a real business behind it, it's got some durability to it, then fundamental analysis will tell you about the business prospects, the profit prospects of that company. However, so you can make a choice, but that's only part of the analysis. Let me make this final point, then I'm done. That's only part of the analysis, because the big myth is that there's a one-to-one relationship between a company being profitable and the stock price appreciating. That is a lie. That is a lie. Bull crap goes up. Garbage rises to the top.
That is
prices. Money, it's a concept you got to get called sector rotation. Money rotates from one sector or industry of the economy to another. And there's a saying that the tide raises all boats. What happens is when an industry goes in favor, money rotates to that whole industry, and even the garbage stocks in that industry will rise.
The whole sector will go up.
Correct. And at some point, that sector, too much money comes in too fast at one period of time, and technically we call that being overbought. And so then they sell off, because everybody that knows technical analysis knows this thing is about to have a momentary dip. And so you don't want to give none of the money back. So the same people that made the price go up, that know technical analysis, they take their money out and watch it drop. And then they know about when it's going to, when you learn technical, you'll know about when it's going to stop too. And you'll know the signs of when it's turning around. And then they put their money back in. So the same energy that made it go up makes it come down. And so it's just a cycle. But I'm rambling. But thank y'all, brothers.
Hey, I read something where a company put $1 billion in Bitcoin like yesterday. I heard anything about that?
Yeah, that was hard investment.
I don't touch Bitcoin, man. I apologize. I love watching it. I love hearing the stories, seeing it, but I don't touch it.
Yeah, it's a lot of institutional money rolled into Bitcoin now. So that's why you're seeing these pullbacks and getting shorter and shorter, because whenever it pulls back, the bulls, which is the guys with the institutional money, push the price right back on up. So what they're doing is they're trying to pinch everybody out. They're trying to pinch the average person out. So, the average person thinking, hey, it's too much, and this, that. Meantime, the institutional investors is just buying it all up. So, the price is going to go up. It's going to keep going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there are these technical price targets that, according again in the realm of technical analysis, we have these theories, these price extensions, Fibonacci price extensions. Everybody knows all these same rules, and so there's a race to get your money in on whether it's Bitcoin, Tesla, the S&P 500. It doesn't matter. The thing about it, when you learn technical analysis, you can trade any and everything. Okay. And so the big money is trying to get in there to get close to that price target so that they can sell. Again, the same money that makes the price go up, makes the price go down. And so once you learn technical analysis, you'll learn that ebb and flow cycle, and you'll know when to leave.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But, pullbacks are healthy for a stock.
Yes, they are.
Pullback is necessary for a stock. Okay, whether the stock is if the stock is going to crash, it's going to crash. It's going to have a problem. But if the stock is doing well, a pullback is necessary for it to move forward. Okay? Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to catch the little guys, trying to get that little bit of money before they move forward. So a pullback is very healthy. When I buy, I look for pullbacks every day. I'm not trying to hit Tesla at 800. I'm trying to hope it goes down to 600 again. hit the pullback, drop some money then, and go and go on about your way. You know, a lot of people they want to spend $5,000-$10,000 on a $2 stock or a $10 stock and say, oh, this is a stock that's going to blow up one day. No, it could be 10 years later. That stock would probably still be $2. So you got to go with what everybody's going with right now. You can't. Anything else is a gamble.
I see, you know, Vic in the chat say we way over his head. Vic, type something specific so we can bring it in.
Right. So I also dealt in stocks at a young age. I've also made a lot of money back then, and I lost a lot of money back then because it's a game of gamble. Okay, so it's a game of gamble, but I'm not playing that game of gamble no more. I'm playing for sure shots right now. I'm too old to be playing games for more money. So I'm playing short shots. I don't care how much Bitcoin is. If I got $5,000, I'll drop $5,000 in Bitcoin. I don't care how much Tesla is. I'll drop $5,000 in Tesla. These are two sure shots. I'm not dropping no grands and nothing else. Not NEO. Not until they show me. So start. You know, every day you don't drop in. You say I should have, could have, would have. That's another day that is everybody else is. It's not going up because people are not putting money in it. It's going up because people are putting money in it. So every day you say, oh, I'll do it next week. I'll do this. I'm gonna go buy this. I'm gonna buy a TV, a car. You know, put the money in now. And maybe a year from now, you could buy 10 TVs.
Yeah, if you know technical analysis, you know, and I would say it's not so much that the big money is trying to take the small money. It's mostly whale against whale. It's mostly like one billionaire is trying to get. Somebody got their feedback. This is mostly it's like one whale trying to buy up the shares or before another whale can get them before the price reaches that technical level. And we guppies, we just along for the ride. And so, you know, we get caught up in the undertow, you know, in the current when the big whales change direction and decide to move to rotate their money to another sector. And technical analysis teaches you that. And so you learn how to get in as they're getting in. See, the thing is, you and I'm gonna take a leap and say we are relatively broke. We got so little money that we can go and press the button to say buy or sell and put all our money in one trade. But a big whale, they got so much money. They got the amount of money they trying to put in the market is greater than the amount being traded at that particular time. So they have to buy in at small increments. And so we can see that happening on the volume bar. And so then we know the whales are here now. The volume starts to spike it. And so then that's when we get in because we can put all our money in one button push. And then they stack their money on top of ours and make our price go up. And then because we so small, we can exit before they get their money out. That's the game.
Let me ask you a question. How do you see it? Because let's say you're looking at a candle and the candle has a red. Let's say Moderna for instance, right? You see the candle and you know when the banks are coming in, it's going to be all red and they're going to shoot down. They're shooting down. So you're taking your money out. Let's say it's at 160. It drops to 140. And the candle, now it's going to go right here and then it's going to shoot back up for a little while, but then it comes back down, then it shoots back up. How can you read that? Because I've been trying to read that for a minute and I'm not understanding because the candles basically
I'll say you got to with the candle you're looking at the range of the price movement at that particular given time, whatever time frame the chart you're looking at. But in terms of seeing the presence or absence of big money, that's what volume is. Volume is number of trades, not number of shares. So it's like breadth, BREADTH, breadth of market. So when you see the volume going up, that means it's 1 o'clock in the morning at the party. Everybody's there, okay? Where, you know, at 9 or 10 o'clock when you come to the party, ain't nobody there. But 1 o'clock, the party is on. And so the volume bar start to go up. That means the house is full, the party's on.
Well, it's not just volume.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question about volume, though, because he's on some opening my eyes to a lot of things, but volume, and let's take Moderna. Volume for Moderna is 35 million or 20 million. It started going up, but the price went down. And even when I see the candles went down, and I know that's not the $170. I know probably within the next 3 weeks it'll go to 170. But how are you able to see that? Because I'm thinking in the next ratio, the candle's going to go up, shoot up.
No,
I'm sorry. Can you ask the last part of that?
Can I ask, please?
Was he? Are you? Is that a general question or a question to me?
Can I wait? Can I?
To you about the candle? How do we? Because one thing is this: the technical analysis is saying that it's going to go up again because this is the second quarter. The profits are here. The volume is there. The big whales are coming back in.
Come closer to the mic, brother. Come closer to your mic.
Okay.
Let me explain why it's going.
Hey, when you're not talking, mute your phone when you're not talking. That way you can hear everybody.
All right, I'm trying to talk here. The reason why it's going down is because the company has got to take. They got to spend money to make these vaccines. Okay.
Okay, excuse me, brother, but in terms of technical analysis, none of that you're saying is relevant to what
I didn't finish what I had to say.
No, but you're speaking from fundamental, and I'm trying to give him a technical analysis answer.
All right, I'm just speaking on what I believe. I'll let you speak in a minute. Like
can I answer the volume question?
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. I mean, go ahead if it's that intense. Go ahead. I'll mute my mic.
Oh no, I don't know who was speaking.
Yeah, no, brother. The brother who was saying, can he answer the volume? I'm not saying it's just volume. Okay, we're on a panel, and I'm trying to give a simple answer in 30 seconds. You and I, as technical traders, know that it's more than that. And so, no, it's not just going. Nothing I say is going to be wrapped up and tidy in this one little thing. To study technical analysis, it's going to take you at least, I say, at a minimum, 6 months. The first 3 months, you're going to be confused. The second 3 months, you're going to kind of get it. And then you're going to need, with that knowledge, another year or two to really get it. So anything I say is not, I'm giving you the skeleton of it.
Okay. Because the issue that I have is the market cap is robust, but it came down by 20 billion. I understand that. I understand that a lot of people took a pullback because of the Christmas and New Year's, and it's a new quarter. I understand that. The standard they in the books, they have $29 to $30 billion they're going to play with because they have the new forecast for this month, for this quarter, how much they're going to get. So I'm assuming they're going to make somewhere within, from here to February, they're going to be making somewhere within 170 to 200. I think the stock is going to go up to 170 to 200. That's just my personal opinion on that. I know that they're coming up with a report in February 22nd. But what I'm saying is this, though. I saw when the whales came in and they took all the money out, when the red just came in and just destroyed it. I mean, I think they took like $5 billion. I forgot the name of the company. They pulled their money out, and then they had some inside people that sold some of their stocks. And you could read it in the candle. I could see it in the candle. But my thing is this, that what I'm trying to assess is when the candles come in and you see the red coming in, and those usually are institutions coming in, and you gravitate to that because you see the whales coming in and selling. Then they go flat. Then they start buying. How can you read? Because I'm thinking if you notice it's been gradually going up, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be going up to $20 sometime between this week and next week. But how do you know when the whales are coming in? Because I just assume it's going to hit one day, just going to go boop, and I want to be in. But how do you read it? That's what I'm trying.
Can I explain that? Can I explain?
Go for it, brother.
Okay. So bonjour. Whenever you're looking at the bottom of your chart, right, and you're looking at the volume bars. The volume bars are the amount of shares that are traded during that period, whatever period you're looking at. Whatever if it's a 1 day, 5-minute candle, 10-minute candle. So the volume bar represents the amount of shares traded that period. So you may see for Moderna, let's say at 10:45 p.m., if you're looking at a 5-minute chart, it may have 354,000 shares traded within that 5-minute period. So when you see these averages of the numbers of that being traded at, let's say, just for example, $108, 108 between $108 even between 109. Let's say it's trading within that range for a good 15-minute period, and you're looking at that volume. Now, there's other things that the brother mentioned, like on the chart, where you will look at the exchanges, you'll look at the market makers that are putting
on the, I don't know if you're familiar with it, or on the level 2, where you can see like the actual orders.
Yeah, I got level 2 on mine.
Okay.
Yeah, I got level 2.
So when you can see the actual orders,
I can see the actual orders.
You can see the share size at, let's say, ARCA, or share size that's on EdgeX or on different routes. You can see the share size. When you're looking at these and you're seeing volume increasing, for instance,
Okay.
right?
Gotcha.
You see the bar going up or down, but you don't see that share size reflecting off of, whatever you see on that bar. And then when you have an abnormal candle that may eliminate the previous volume of, let's say, 5 consecutive volume bars or 6 consecutive volume bars, you can assume, depending on the candle and how large that candle is, that that's not normal money like you and me investing. You see what I'm saying? That's institutional money. When these guys are dropping, let's say like 15 million within that 5-minute candle, buying in different areas. So you can use these type of things as clues to help. And it's a little bit more in depth than that. I'm trying to make it understandable. But you can use these little things. People call them whales. People call them elephant bars. They're all different kinds of terms. But within those candles in that volume can help you determine when that's institutional money coming in and not regular retail traders.
Okay.
Yeah, and in addition to what he's saying, there's a mindset among technical analysis is a broad category and underneath of it, there's various philosophies, sort of like various languages that people speak. Okay. A lot of these different theories, technical theories, have some things in common. So once you get into that world, you kind of know, and we use volume bars, we use momentum oscillators and different tools to measure the flow of the money, the flow of the trades. And so once you get into that world and the main oscillators and instruments that people are using to measure it, you can get a sense of the sentiment when it's about to change, as well as reading the actual formation of the candles themselves. That's Japanese candlestick theory. So it's a lot of different, not a lot, maybe about 2 or 3 concepts you got to get down. And once you get it, you'll be able to see where it's going, make price projections and all that. That's what those of us who have channels where we make price projections and stuff, that's what we're doing. And that's how they're doing it. They're not talking about what they feel. They're talking about their understanding of this science. So you got to get in that game. If you're not in that game, you really don't have a chance. You just are borrowing the money. You're going to give it back.
Yeah.
So people need to, if you're not trading now, you haven't missed anything. Okay. You need to start to learn technical analysis. I teach it. There's many other people around to teach it. Start reading, Googling things like technical analysis. I am an Elliott wave theory trader. That's my school of camp, my school of thought, my camp. I also, practice, of course, everybody practices the basic one that everybody starts with. I would say the first thing for you to Google would be price action theory. Understand that. And then Japanese candlesticks, understand that. And then beyond that, there's Elliott wave theory. And you kind of put all that stuff with Fibonacci extensions and retracements. Extensions is how high the price is likely to go from where it is. A retracement is how far it's likely to fall from where it is. So you tie all that together, and it could take you, like I said, the first 3 months, your head gonna swim. The next 3 months, you're gonna start to getting it, and then you're gonna start making some money, and then you're just gonna keep getting better as the years progress. So that's it. But the quicker people get to the technical camp to start learning that stuff, the quicker they can make money and keep money, because you will make money. That's the thing about it. The price goes up and people come in and they join the mania of crypto or gold or whatever, and they make a nice profit, which looks like a profit, but then they can't keep it. Then they got caught up in a mania of something. But the goal is to keep the money. But knowledge allows you to keep the money. And I like what the brother said earlier about, trading is boring. He's right. because I'm up right now because I'm trading. I'm evaluating prop trading firms for people on my group who are trying to get at this prop trading firm. What that is, prop means proprietary trading firm. That's where you're trading other people's money, and they give you a split. And some places give you the split can be as high as you keep 80%, and the house keeps 20. So there's money to be made even if you don't have money. So the whole idea that it takes money to make money, that's flipped upside down. If you got the knowledge, people will pay you for your knowledge, and you can make it that way. But yeah. Sorry, roll the tape, brother. I didn't mean to come on and like run your panel off, man.
No, you good, man. I think we talked about this before, and I know brother Erwin, we had talked yesterday about doing a show on just stop trading for beginners. Just
Yeah, but you got to think of it. It's two styles of thought, and I would say you probably better off to do it two ways. Is have a fundamental night. Don't let people like me, the technical, can't ban us from coming on fundamental analysis night. That's the fundamental analysis when you have like rational arguments that or what people think is rational arguments that they got this product coming out or they made this much money. All that's fundamental analysis, which there's a loose correlation between that and the price movement. Whereas technical analysis, all we care about is the movement of the price on the chart, period. We don't care nothing about the company's hiring, they're firing, they made money, they lost money. We don't care about none of that, because the fundamental idea in technical analysis is everything there is that's important to know about that stock or Bitcoin or whatever the financial instrument is. Everything that's important to know about it is already baked into the price.
All right.
So it's just two different ways of looking at things. And so I think maybe you can have like split it up, like part of the discussion is technical, part of it is fundamental. And if these concepts don't make sense to folks, Google it. Google fundamental analysis and then Google technical analysis, and you'll get a sense of the division. These camps are like rival cats and dogs. And some people kind of merge the two, but they're kind of two rival concepts. But I personally think that I think just the people that win, for the most part, they're technical traders, and some of them are lying about it, because you'll see fundamental people make trades that can only be justified if they're a technical trader. Like when Warren Buffett sold the airlines and things like that. Wait a minute now, because a minute ago you were saying about how profitable and had all these rational reasons, and then you'll see them sell at the same point in time that a technical trader will know to sell. You go, wait a minute, why would they do that? That's just not even consistent with their philosophy. There's a lot of fundamental traders out there that are lying. They're really technical traders.
All right. Well, hey guys, I'm going to sleep, man. I'm tired as hell. But but you helped me so much, man. For real, you opened my eyes to a few things. I really got to look at my candles, because I look at the candles a lot, and I look at the a lot of the charts. But I also look at the market cap, and I look at the how sound the company is and the strength of the company. So
you study Japanese candlestick theory? Like engulfing candlestick patterns and things like that.
I've been studying because I think it makes sense to a certain extent, because when the candle's going red and going deep, that's institutional wealth coming down, because we don't have enough to move the candles like that. Now, what I noticed is if you go 2-3 weeks back, you'll see that there's a pattern of when they started dipping. But my issue is, when do I feel my gut reaction is that Moderna is going to go up. But again, I want to know when the candle is going to tell me this. I see that it went from 100 to 108, went up to 111, out a little retraction to 108. Tomorrow, hopefully it opens at 111. I am going to sell at 111. It probably dropped to 107. I will buy 107, make at least 4 there, and I keep a couple of dollars. But that's really not what I want to do. I'm waiting for it to shoot up. But every time it comes down, I'm going to just take a little bit on the dip.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. It's like, when you're reading the candles, the basic rule for everybody watching is, then a downtrend, it's very basic that, prices make lower lows and lower highs. That's the rule of a downtrend. It's called rule of trend. And then uptrend prices make higher highs and higher lows. So you're looking at the highs, the peaks of the candles, and the lows of the candles trend up. And this is a gross simplification what I'm making right here. But a violation of that pattern is your signal that the price is reversing. Now, after that, we get into things like Elliott wave theory, which has its own rules about how far it's likely to go and what that price is doing on the monthly chart, weekly, daily, and on down. So not every technical trader subscribes to every school of thought under that umbrella.
Okay.
So I'm going to buy, if I'm speaking, I'm buy, everybody's biased according to what they learn. So I'm biased in favor of an Elliott wave theory point of view. So my answer would be different than somebody that's under another thing. But we all agree on the rule of trend. What I said is in uptrends, the candles, each candlestick, the wick is higher than the previous one. And that's how you know that's an uptrend. Every candle, they stagger. It's like walking up a flight of steps. And so so you got the body of the candle, and you got the wick sticking out the top. And so there you go. So in the uptrend, the next candlestick the wick is going to be higher than the one before it. And the one after that's going to be higher. So it's like walking up a flight of steps. That's the definition of uptrend. And in the downtrend, it's the opposite, like walking down the steps. Now that's how we're interpreting the candles.
But sometimes it makes a strong movement. It goes from $25 to $35, and then I want to know,
when you say strong movement, I need to know: do you mean that it took out the prior high, that it exceeded the high of the previous candle? Because in terms of technical analysis and price action, that's all that matters. If the price does not make a higher high, we call that an inside move, and it's just sideways, and it's really kind of irrelevant. Until it breaks that range and either creates a high above the previous candle or a low below the previous candle.
Okay, once it breaks the point of resistance, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, then go higher. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, well, that's just like very, very beginning. But that's a sign. If we're looking for, we want to buy something, we want to know when to get in. First, we wanted to prove that the whales came in and said, okay, this thing is falling far enough. And one of the things that the whales do is they make the higher high. They make a candlestick that's bigger than the previous one.
Okay. So I'll look at my candlestick tomorrow.
Now that doesn't mean that it just goes. Usually what happens is it'll make the higher high, then the price will trade lower, but not make a new low. And then somewhere in there is where you kind of begin to look to get in. But the first sign that something's going on with this trend, it's about to change direction, is that the candlestick the high will eclipse the prior high of the previous candlestick. That's the first sign. It doesn't mean that everybody jump in the pool at that moment. It means you raise your eyebrows at that moment, and now you're really watching. There's some other signs after that. And so this all comes under the category of learning technical analysis.
Okay.
And so, you got to join me, y'all. Join me. Come on over. I got a Patreon. It's $10 a month. You'll never find nothing cheaper. That's all it is. There's no upsell. Once you get in, you're in. You can have, I got people, I meet with them, like StreamYard one-on-one. There's some group sessions and some private sessions. There's no upsell after the fact. It's just $10.
I think I might have to join because I need this. What's the name of Patreon?
That my name, Dollar Will.
Oh, just Dollar?
Yeah, and Will is one L. Dollar space Will.
Okay.
Yeah, hit my site. I don't on my YouTube page, I step in when I see like the S&P 500 doing something that people need to know about, because that's where everybody's retirement money is. Yeah. But I spend most of my time with with the Patreon groups. I got people over there trading penny stocks. Some people do Bitcoin. Some people, of course, doing Tesla and stuff like that. And so they sending me charts. with them marking up the Elliott wave counts, and I'm giving them feedback on if they're doing it right. And so it's a whole lot. I'm working, but I don't see it on YouTube a lot because it's one-on-one with a whole lot of mostly brothers that's trading. And so, like I said, they trading everything. So I gotta read stock charts of things that I don't even trade just because that's what they interested in.
All right. So. All right. Hey, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to sleep, man. It was a good thing for me because I need to get on that level. But I think I'm going to be more of a long-term investor now because I'm starting to feel like trading.
Yeah.
That day trading is not a good thing unless you're willing to lose money. And I've lost, I think, 14,000 last month.
But bro, trading, everything is trading. Don't get tricked into the whole long-term investing thing. People say they're long-term investors to justify their short-term losses. Okay, that's what that is. So everybody is a trader. It doesn't matter. Every stock or financial instrument purchase is purchased with the intent to sell it at a gain at some point in the future. It doesn't matter if that time element that you held it was 5 years or 5 minutes. The point is to make a gain. Don't get people will sit there and justify losing. I did it. I justified losing money, and I lie to myself and say, "Well, it's a long-term investment." Nah, you just made a mistake.
You got it, and it dropped on you.
Right. We gotta own that, man. We gotta own our mistakes and don't lie to ourselves.
Okay. All right.
Let me chime in on that one minute. You know how they say you really only lose when you sell. When you do a long-term investment, when I got into Bitcoin, I called it a long-term because the guy who got me into Bitcoin told me don't touch it till 2020. I got in at 578. It went down and it went up, and then it came back down, but I was still in profit. I didn't sell. I did sell some at 6,000. I did. But that was after it went up to 19,000. You know what I'm saying? So, you really only pinch yourself out, especially if it's something that you did your technicals on, you did your fundamentals on, and and you believe in the project. You only lose when you get out.
Yeah.
No matter
I have to push back, bro. That's true both sides. That's true the other way too.
If it's at a profit or if it's at a loss, because I sold at 6,000. Now look at it, it's 35,000. Yeah, I got it at 500, but I still gained, but I lost because I didn't hold long term like I said I was going to do.
Yeah, but it's the other side is true too. You only make a profit when you sell. So you got to say that all the way out.
Yeah. let me tell you the way that I teach it. Right. I understand the thought process of you only lose when you sell. I get that. Now, here's the thing. If you took a trade, and with your trade, your position size is not correct based upon where you're entering. Your risk is not correct based upon your tolerance and your account size. Even if that trade makes money, but you didn't have that plan, okay, and you got out the trade and you made money, or you didn't get out the trade and you're still green and you're up on your portfolio or whatever it is, even though you're up, that's a bad trade still, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. You have to diversify, and you have to, everybody have their own, risk tolerance and their own, portfolio. And some guys like to jump into just one thing, like the guy earlier with the Tesla. He's only in Tesla. That's it. Me, I kind of like to diversify. I like to look at multiple different companies, multiple different projects, and kind of diversify my money in. But everybody has a different tolerance. Everybody has a different money position that they're in. You know what I'm saying? But if you really believe in the project, like if I had 10 Bitcoin, I sold 5 at a profit, I still got 5. I can hold them other 5 for another 10 years and still be up. That's just my personal, I made a mistake a long time ago. I sold my whole position in a stock. I sold it at a profit, but it went sky high after that. So that taught me a lesson not to never sell my whole position, especially if I believe in the project. Keep some. It's like insurance. It's best to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
True.
You know, that's why I always, that like I said, we all have learned lessons in this game. And my lesson was never extinguish my whole position when I think that, you know, I made it. You know what I'm saying? I spent $6,000. I pulled out at 60,000. I pulled out at 60,000. But if I wouldn't have pulled out at 60,000, that was 3 years ago. I could be up 3.5 million right now. But you know what I'm saying? So I learned my lesson. I'll never pull out my whole position. That's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm learning that myself, man. I'm learning that myself because I'm Moderna. We came in at 46, and that jumped all the way to 176, and we both got out. But now I'm coming back in at 126, and I think there's going to be $300 stock in another year. So I'm just going to start new stocks, new position in another place and let this just roll because I think there's going to be because remember on the platform.
Can I ask you a question, Bonjour?
Yeah, go ahead.
I understand what you said. Let it roll. That's cool. And I get it because we're looking in hindsight. We're looking at where it and what B is said is smart. Selling a portion of your position and holding on to the rest. Now, my question is, while you're holding on to the rest, like at the end of the day with your plan, what is your target? Like, is the idea this thing's going to go to the moon? Like, even though you're holding on to the rest, like the strategy is you're holding on to the rest until what point?
I think this company could go to $200 by probably another 3-4 months.
Based on what makes you say that?
That's a very good question. Based on what? Like, are you just going by I feel, I think, my emotion? What's making you think that?
Okay. A few things. One, when you look at if you go to Wikipedia and you look at the person who's in charge of it, the person who's charged right now of Operation Warp Speed, he has 10 million shares in Moderna, but he's in charge of Warp Speed, right? The president is in charge of Warp Speed. For what's the name? Fauci, he has a stake in all the scientists that created Warp Speed. That created that have a stake in Moderna, right? Because they were the ones who the mRNA vaccine. So
why is that important?
That's important for later on because greed is a beautiful thing in this, right? Because if they make money, everybody else makes money in this.
And what if it comes out that they're pedophiles?
That's beside the point. Come on.
No, but they don't always make money.
The market cap went to $67 billion. 3 weeks ago, was $67 billion, right? Merck took out with the $5 billion that they had in it, so brought it down. Investors sold some of their shares, so it came down $46 billion, right? I see the volume. The volume started at 2 million, 3 million. Now the volume is every single day between 15 to 35 to 45 billion, right? Now, I already know the mRNA vaccine or the platform is branching off a different way. Bill Gates already took the vaccine and he's trying to cure AIDS with it, right? Because it goes into your body. Johnson & Johnson is taking another form of Moderna and they're trying to cure cancer, right? So a lot of people are breaking off a lot of this Moderna to different parts because there's so many.
But you said 200. Why not 300? I'm trying. My question is, why? Where did you get that number from? That was my question.
I think it's going to go to 3, even 4. But I'm going to get out.
What though?
Because my speculation on this is that there's so many other vaccines and other things.
You said 200 in a couple of months, bro.
Yes, because it was.
So they're basically going to double their market cap in a couple of months.
No. The 52-week high was 176. Now remember, 3 weeks ago, their high was 176, and they dropped all the way down.
Okay.
But they were 176, and they were strong. They were only 20 billion away. 20 billion is not that much because if you look at what the reports are saying, that they're saying in Q2 they have 26 to $29 billion in their coffin that they're bringing out in the second quarter.
I'm looking at the high now. They were at 178. It looks like.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the yellow flag on this conversation because it's not really because you're talking to two technical traders and our mind has just been reformed. So we just look at things. So this was an exercise really to demonstrate a point that we have I guess you could say we've been indoctrinated into a particular religion. There's got its rules. And so we speak from within the framework of those rules. and not our emotions based on judging the mania. And so there's no end to this kind of. We just have different languages that we speak.
This is what I will say, bro. Like, listen, when you say it'll go, I'm looking at it right now. When you say it'll go to 200, right? Here's the thing. You might be 100% right, bro. Like, here's the thing. I'm not saying you're wrong. You see what I'm saying? It might go to 200.
I think it will.
My trade, but see, here's the thing. I guess you're more looking into the investment aspect of it. You see what I'm saying? Because for you,
well, what I see is that 2 weeks ago it's 176, right? Now there's more money. China just came in and they ordered 50 million vaccine. Israel just ordered.
Yeah, see, none of that shit matters, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the vaccine is paid for. It's paid for when they on delivery. So they haven't opened the books yet. So once they open that up,
when did China do that? Get that money?
Huh?
When did China get that money?
They just did it just now. Probably.
Okay, so China did it just now, right?
Huh?
And the price right now is $108.70.
Yes.
And China just did that. So why are you using that as a factor that it's going to be at $200?
Because
that happened today. And the price is at $108 today.
This is ongoing. So many other countries are going to come in. I mean, this is a worldwide epidemic. So every single day, new countries coming in, It's not like there's so many. There's only 2 carries of this. It's only 2 carries of this right now, right? Only 2. So right now, if you want to the epidemic, if you want to go to Santo Domingo, if you want to go anywhere, you only have 2 ways to go right now, right? And every single day is going to get greater and greater and greater because people want to cure their people faster. So their coffin is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And the volume tells you that they're making 30 to 40 million volume per day. And when people start believing in something, like you said earlier, that's when you need to go. People believe in Moderna. People have the value Moderna. There's BioNTech and Pfizer. Pfizer's working BioNTech. But there's only 2 ways you could go. You either go Moderna, you go Pfizer. At this point, period. You have AstraZeneca just came on the market. But at 95% that you don't need the cooler, or BioNTech that you need a freezer, you got to look at which one is feasible, right? So my thing is, if you look at what's feasible, and people are coming in every single week, because remember, once this pandemic start revving up and now it's getting people killed at a greater speed, people don't want to hear that. So people are going to start buying and buying and buying. So pretty soon it's going to be revving up. There's not enough vaccine for the whole world, and 3 companies can't do it. So therefore, they're going to be making a ton of money pretty soon. The only thing is that I tell people is that you had investors that took the money out for to do their books. Taxes were coming up. Christmas is coming up, and the first quarter really was closing. So the first quarter is closing. So the second quarter is opening right now. So I want to see how much money they're going to make, Moderna and Pfizer going to make. And
I don't know. When I look at Moderna, and that's what I'm saying, I don't know what time frame you're looking at. When I look at Moderna's daily chart, I don't see any symbol that's telling me now's the time to buy right now. That's just me personally, though. But like I said,
I'm not looking at the chart. I don't have an opinion on that, but I'll say, brother, from what you just said, that sounds like a very logical argument, and that's here. The demand for the thing is going to be great, unlike anything we've ever. I don't think nothing we've ever seen compares to the demand for this. We're talking about saving civilization, humanity. Okay, so this is like on a whole nother scale. But in terms of just trading, when you add to your arsenal technical analysis, you'll understand how the other players at the poker table think, what the other football team, what's in their playbook, and then your idea of what's probable, within the realm of probability, what's most probable. Then that'll get reined in because you'll know how other people
even at this range, based upon this pandemic, to me it's a no-brainer, because if people are dying at a rate that is 36 person every 36 minutes, every 36 seconds, the demand for this is going to be greater than the actual people that we have. So therefore, the volume has to go shoot right up. But again, that's just my perception of reality. My thing is that that's why I have 400 shares of it. That's why I said, you know what, this is going to make a lot of money, for the simple fact that when the second quarter comes in and they start doing the books and the demand becomes greater than the actual supply, and that's exactly what's happening. The demand is greater than the supply right now. people are going to start going because there's not enough supply. People are going to go crazy over it, and the cost is going to go higher, and this is going to go out the roof. That's just my personal opinion. That's why I took off from anywhere else, and I said Moderna. And Moderna is the one that everybody likes. Pfizer's okay. I like BioNTech, but they're like an 80-something right now. But Moderna, I think, is going to shoot sometime within this month. They'll probably go up to 126 by next week, and they'll be shooting around 150 to 175 within at the end of the month. That's my personal opinion. And by February, they should be up there because it makes no sense any other way. Supply and demand. You don't have enough supply, you have a demand.
Yeah, I'm not gonna really argue against that, man. I got a brother in my camp. He trades penny stocks. His name is Matty Ghost, and he is concentrating on the penny stocks related to the cooties, as I call it, the cooties. He's trading that, and he's totally killing the game. So even on that penny stock scale, in that realm, as it relates to the cooties, those stocks are going crazy.
Of course. And the best way to do it is go to the FDA website. The FDA have a website. They do penny stock before they come out. Every company, before they get FDA approval, have to go to the FDA website. If you go to the FDA website, you see all the penny stocks before they hit, and some of them don't even have an IPO. And once they do, they blow up. That's what I was concentrating my money on too.
But he knows because he's learning technical now. He started in the fundamental camp on the chat rooms and the boards and all that stuff. But now, he's learned how to apply some technicals to it to know, like basically it's a bunch of pump and dumps. Let's be real. That's what it is. But if you know technical knowledge, you got a better sense of when to get out before the dump. And so he's been able to start to incorporate that and to marry the fundamental logical types of arguments like you're making, which is sound. I'm not arguing against that. But when you bring the technicals to it, then you get to marry your intelligence with your intuition and a little science, and then man, you killing the game at that point.
Yeah, you're right. People call me crazy, but I still believe Moderna's going to hit again pretty soon. And when it does, I pull my money out again and go to other stuff that I'm going to do. But I want it to be around 176 to 200 for me to pull out. And I do believe it's going to hit pretty soon because supply and demand. There's not enough supply and there's a greater demand. Plus, also, people haven't put the money in again. Remember, they took all the money out because of Christmas and New Year's, and everybody wanted to make sure all the books were in the black. Now they did. Now everybody got their bonuses. Everybody got to show that, hey, I made $1 million for you guys, 20 million. Now they're going to put the money to a sound investment. And this is going to be one of the sound investment because why? Supply and demand. Anybody knows supply and demand knows this. There's more supply. No, there's more demand than the supply. And it's going to be at a premium when people are dying every 36 seconds. And somebody has the cure. And once they put it in arms and find out that the cure is actually working, in another couple of months, we'll see. Because once we hear that the actual vaccine is working, everybody's mind is going to be turned around. Everybody's going to turn around. Because all of a sudden, they're going to win people's mind. And everybody's going to be running. Right now, everybody's kind of skeptical. Oh, no, I don't know what to do. No, I don't want to put it in my arm. I'm going to wait and see. But let them second vaccine comes in and everybody start getting better. Now, Israel is at 10%. 10% of the population in Israel got vaccinated. When Israel comes out with their report and say, oh, yeah, like 50% and this almost done, watch everybody start running for damn Moderna and Pfizer. And look how much that's going to fly up. But you got it at 100 now. That's what I'm saying. You can say what you want about anything, but when people start seeing that it's working and other people are dying, shit, nothing's a better turn you around than that.
And when you get the fundamental camp, when they become zealots about something, and then when the technical camp, when we like the chart too, it ain't nowhere for it to go but up. And I think the fundamental side and the technical side, we both looking at cooties, drugs, and Bitcoin. We all looking at it. So everybody's buying it, but they have different reasons, but they all buying it.
Here's my thing with the fundamental stuff, Bonjour. Like, here's my thing with the fundamental stuff, right? Everything you're saying, it's totally possible, and it makes a lot of sense. What drew me away from the fundamental side, and got me more into studying technicals and looking at price action and volume, is that what you're saying, even though it's true, like let's say it's possible and it can happen. I'm more drawn to the way that I trade or the way I would use Moderna because it helps me make money today. You know what I mean? Like that's the one thing about fundamentals. Like it's not making money now.
You're 100% right. What I've noticed about these companies, I had Novavax. I had Novavax at $95, and I gave my position up. Novavax went back to $35. I could have made $50 within a day and a half. What I'm saying is these companies are completely different because they're so volatile, but you have to believe in them and you have to be able to use. I've been doing these companies for a good 5 to 6 months, and everything I've looked at, everything I've said has come true. And I've just by seeing what's going on with it. Now, it just makes common sense to anybody. I don't know how people think, but if you see something that's killing everybody around you and there's something that's helping you, everybody's going to, and once the big company, the 401,
of course.
And when the big whales start coming in, everybody's gonna come in behind them. But the volume's already there. People are trading at 35 to 40 million a day on this thing.
Yeah.
So the volume is there. You already had a 52-week high at 176 2.5 weeks ago. The only thing that dropped it was the Christmas and the New Year and the stimulus and whatnot. And then some people took some money out. Some of the corporate people took money out. But all that being said, still, there's only 3 companies in the world that has it, and the whole world is buying. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to say if only 3 of them doing it, and the whole world needs it, and people are dying, and people need it to survive. And the potency rate is 95, and it's giving. So let's see. It's in arms right now. Let's see 2-3 months or at the end of this month when people start saying, "Yes, I feel better. Yes, it's going. Oh, it's getting better." Let's see how everybody starts buying these things.
No, you're right.
And then if I bought at 100, I'm pretty sure by the end of February it's going to be over 2 to 3 when people start running towards it. Because all you have to know is that it's working, and we already said it was working at 95. So there might be some minor setbacks, but when people start seeing that it's going in the arm, and it already went in the arm, and it's working, and they get the second dose, and now I'm cured or it helps me, I'm not getting it for next season. Everybody's going to rush into it.
No, you might be right, but I'm personally more content with seeing a setup, intraday, and I could make $300 off of it in one day, and I'm content with that. And if I can do that every day off of it, I'll do that every day.
This is my position on this. I was able to buy it.
One thing I found out, and this is when I realized it, is I'm not about leaving my money in that shit and going to sleep and then waking up. Like that's the one thing I don't feel good about. Like I'm cash every day by 350.
Yeah, there's no perfect with what I teach on my channel. I tell there's no perfect system.
There isn't.
And everybody, there's many different trading styles out here. I'm not talking about if it's grounded in some knowledge. All of these systems and styles work, all of them, if you follow the rules of all of them. The problem is that people don't mind their business. Okay, your particular style is designed for you to eat at a particular time, but no, you see somebody else eating off to the side, and you want to eat right now. But no, your system say your payday, your meal comes at this point. So you got to learn your system, learn your rules, and mind your business. That's it. But greed takes over, man, and people become undisciplined.
I know some option traders that these dudes don't even look at charts. Like I know some option traders that sell options, like they sell the option premium. They don't even look at a chart, bro. Like, but the shit works for them. Like
that's right.
That's why I said it's really like you really discover yourself and your personality.
Right. And like when you said you look for a tape, you get 300, 400, 500. Like I spend most of my time in Forex, and now I'm getting into futures a little more and more. Where once you get this game down and you see these price moves, where you get to the point where you figure out, okay, wow, I can make $15,000 a day. So once you get to that mind, you're like, okay, so it kind of changes you. So I have like a dual strategy. I got a retirement account like everybody else. That's for, I say longer term trades, because it ain't no such thing as no long term investment where I put money somewhere and forget about it. Okay. So I'm still using my LA wave theory and my price projections and all that. At a certain point, based on what the charts look like on the weekly and monthly chart, I will sell when it gets to a certain price level. And if I'll either rotate that to something else, or I'll just sit on the sidelines and wait for the price correction. That's the slow train. That's like retirement approach. But then there's a side of me that's more in my heart, I'm a swing trader. Okay. I've been over the last few years, I've been trying to get better as a day trader, and I've come a good deal on that. And so now, when you get to that level of the day trade world, you have to find your level. Am I a $200 a day person, $400 a day person, $1,500 a day person? So over time, you see what your system allows you to take consistently. And the good thing that day trading has done for me psychologically is you have to come face to face with your greed, because you see all these opportunities and you try to get it all and you end up with nothing. So so you unless you say, okay, I become irrational in my trading, where everybody know how much money you make per day. Everybody's taking their annual salary, divided it by the number of days in a year that you work. And if you make $300 a day or $400 a day, or $500 a day. So I'm somewhere in there like most other people. But I'll be over here day trading, staring at $1,200 that I just made in the last 2 hours. And I'm still in there taking risks like I can afford to lose that. So at some point, you got to slap yourself and say, fool, you just made about 3-4 days worth of money in about an hour or two. Take the profit, turn the computer off, come on YouTube and listen to some effery and just stop trading. And tomorrow is a new day, and you start the next day all over again. Don't be greedy, try to get it all. Now that takes a long time to learn.
Yep.
So I tell people on my side, I can teach you the rules, but that don't mean you're gonna follow them. Yep. That don't mean I'm a follow them. I got my personal discipline issues. I can tell you right from wrong, but you're gonna have to, it's like anything else. Everybody knows to eat right and eat plenty of fruits and vegetables and exercise every day, but everybody don't do it.
And that's why casinos are successful.
And that's why when I first came on this channel, I said my first comment was trading is not gambling. It's a skill and a discipline. It is absolutely not gambling. The people that make big money at this, they know how it works, and they got rules.
It's still gambling, though.
And no, it's not gambling at
it is gambling.
all. Not at all. What is gambling? No. Define gambling. Let's get this straight. Define gambling, brother?
So let's do this then.
Now, if we flipping a coin,
I
only want to do a coin. Go ahead.
We're gonna do this. Gambling. It says gambling is wagering money on something of value on an event of an uncertain outcome.
It says wasting money.
No,
wagering.
Which means that
say it again. Brother, can you get closer to the microphone? Get close to your computer or wherever your mic is.
It says if you're wagering money on an uncertain outcome, and trading is uncertain, nobody can take a trade and tell me I'm going to make money on this trade.
That's a terrible definition of gambling. I don't care if it's in the dictionary.
Nah, but that's the definition of it, though.
No, it's not. I don't care. The dictionary is wrong. Man, life is a gamble. What is that? I mean, an uncertain outcome. Uncertain. If they said improbable, or when the odds are, severely against you.
Nah, that's not gambling. That just means you have a low percentage of odds. But that's not the actual action.
What's the opposite of gambling? How about that? Let's define it. What's the opposite of gambling?
The opposite of gambling is knowing what's going to happen.
what do you do in regarding money where you know what's going to happen?
You don't know what's going to happen in trading.
I'm not talking trading. I'm saying anything involving money.
What do you mean?
Or what can you do with money, or in what way can you do with invest with money, or go to work with a job where you know the outcome, or you go to college and you get a degree, you don't know the outcome.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. Like you don't know the outcome when you're gonna drive your car. You know what I mean? Like we don't know if we're gonna make it home.
Okay, let me put it this way: the risk involved in trading,
wagering money.
I'm gonna say it another way: the risk involved with trading, especially if you've educated yourself, it is not to be equated with what you call gambling when people go to Vegas.
It's the same thing, though.
It's not the same thing.
The only difference, here's an example. When the casino is playing you in blackjack, the casino has about a 2% or 3% statistical chance of winning more than you do. But the casino is still gambling. This is why the casino this is why you can't go to a blackjack table and say, hey, listen, I want to bet $1 million on my next hand. They're going to
Does the casino win? Does the casino win?
The casino does win, but they don't know the outcome of the next game. Like
okay.
when they play when they play blackjack with you, they don't know who's going to win the next hand.
Oh, I got that point. I got that point. And here's the point, though. When you say trading is gambling, you've sent a message to people's mind that they are identifying themselves with the losers that go into the hold on. Let me finish the point. That the people who go into the casino and lose, that's them. You're not sending the message to them that they are like the casino itself that's also gambling and winning.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
No, that's incorrect, because when this conversation first started, the first thing I said when I was talking for a long time, I said, you have to be like the casino. You cannot be like the player on the other side with the chips. You have to be the casino. I said
but that both sides are gambling, though.
Yeah, both people are gambling. The casino is gambling and you're gambling, but who has a statistical advantage?
So gambling in and of itself is not wrong or bad.
No. The gambling is not wrong. I never said gambling is wrong. There's nothing wrong with gambling.
It's just that it came out that way when you said trading is gambling, and
everybody's gambling. You know what I mean? Like let's say you're long and I'm short on the same stock. You want the opposite thing that I want. You might think it's going to go up. I might think it's going to go down. And our strategies are telling us that both sides of us are gambling, but none of us really knows what's really going to happen. We just know what we believe.
The brother Blaze Cash TV, he got it right. I was about to say it, but he typed it. Trading is not gambling. It's called risk management. That is exactly the point.
He's also incorrect.
He is exactly right.
No, as a gambler, you have to be a risk manager. People who play poker are gambling, but they're managing their risk. They're not betting their whole shit.
Okay, I'm not talking back to the trading. In the trading world, we're risk managers. If you are learning the rules that come with it and not just trading on your emotions and your feelings, you're a risk manager.
Correct.
All right. So I'll accept your definition of gambling as long as you don't, since you've clarified that you're not defining the losers as the definition of gambling.
Before we continue, this is not my definition. This is the definition of gambling. Like this ain't I didn't make up the definition. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody could Google it and that'll be the definition. I didn't make it up.
With that said, the dictionary also makes amendments. The dictionary is not always right either. You live long enough, you'll live through some of these changes in the dictionary. But I'm not hung up on that. I'll buy that definition as long as we're clear that once you said that the casino is gambling, then what you're saying is that we're in agreement that all of life includes risk And so living is a gamble. Walking out your door is a gamble. But when someone just says standalone trading is gambling, I'm telling you, people don't hear it as it's a normal risk like everything else in life. That's not how they hear that. They hear that it's a danger to you if you take this risk. That's the way they hear it. And so that's what I was responding to.
I mean,
so no, it's not, but because I know people that's the reason why we are not involved in the stock market is that culturally people think that it's gambling. It's not. It's no more gambling than you getting in your car, driving to work and other things in life and buying your other things that you think are going to go up, buying your house. Okay, buying a house without understanding how money works, where we are in the macroeconomic cycle, what the relationship is between the dollar and the raw materials that go into the house. And as those raw materials appreciate, go up in value, that's why your house costs more over time. And that is the appreciation of your house. You know how many people don't even know that? But everybody goes to buy a house, but you can't tell them that they're gambling. Now, that's more of a gamble. So my point is knowledge is your safety. And I just didn't want people to come away with the idea that we're talking about gambling, getting involved, going to school for a degree without doing your research at the what's that labor what's the daggone site? The Department of Labor site. I can't think of it now. It tells you the job outlook, the prospects for that career. They show you that at the federal government. So you're gambling at that point. You really don't have no certain outcome because you haven't even done any basic research. And so the whole point of fundamental analysis and technical analysis is to minimize risk. And so if you're trading properly, investing properly, if you prefer that word, you're not gambling. You're mitigating risk. I'm not going to get into whether you're gambling or not. You're mitigating risk, and that's real talk. And that's real talk. And that's real talk. I like that. I like that drop.
And that's real talk.
I just love hearing brothers being passionate about money, passionate about making money legally.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, man. I'm very proud of you guys, man. I love conversations like this, man. Good, wholesome conversation. That's what it's all about, guys. We always, we like to laugh and joke and talk about other things as well. We don't have to talk about that on here right now, but things about money. It's so much education out there, man. Just by us talking, people hearing us talking and hearing certain words we're saying, they're going online, looking it up, Googling it. They never heard of these things before, man. So that's a beautiful thing, man. People learning, getting educated. At least they're learning terminology to go back and look and gain some more knowledge within this space.
Man, I am all over these YouTube streets. I'm over here. I consider that's what the travel brothers. Okay, so I'm over here with y'all. I'm over there in the Manosphere, Black Manosphere section. I'm from over there. I'm one of the co-founders of that program called the Black Brain Trust. I also hang out over in the pro-black spaces. You'll see me over there with Sonetta and Dagger Squad and all that. And man, they talking about this money everywhere. Every one of those sectors that I just mentioned, they all got some talk about stocks and Bitcoin and gold. So it's a revolution. I just want us to be have some fervor about learning the right way to do it. So that we don't have to be the losers. We don't have to be the dumb money. And if we can negotiate the pullbacks, if you will, the corrections, because I don't like saying thinking about it from a Elliott wave theory point of view. As the brother said earlier, these pullbacks are normal and natural. So I don't call them crashes. And so even the decline in the 30s that we call the Great Depression decline, that market decline, and the Elliott wave theory perspective, that's a wave too. So it structurally did what the script calls for. So there's nothing unusual happened. There was a tremendous run up in the market, and it just got extremely overbought, and it corrected, a reversion to the mean, as we call it. And so all of these declines, depending on your school of thought, you know, your reaction to it is different. So once people start, if they come to the technical side, they'll see the theory or read the theories about what the price is going to do. Then they'll actually see it do that. Then they go, whoa, this is spooky. So it's basically market psychology. There's something about collected human behavior and how we make value go up and then say it's too high and make it come down. And it's phenomenal. We don't really understand how that happens, but it's us. That price is a reflection of us and our collective emotions as we vacillate from greed to fear. You know, and so it gets deep and spooky. It can get there. You can take it when you want to take it, but it will change your life and how you see everything, how you see the news. You'll be watching the news program about America and some other country in conflict, and you'll immediately go and start looking up the GDP and what the export item is for this country versus that country. And you're like, oh, okay, so they fighting over that. Okay, this price got to correct because they done ran the price up so high. And now, okay, so now they trying to find some alternate means to not have to pay that. That's going to crash the price. So your whole idea of it starts changing, and you start looking for, okay, I got to short this. or you see if the price currently lines up with the technical projections, and if you see the price looking funny style, and looking like it's at a technical high, and then this news event comes on, you're like, okay, that's a little bit too much. That's a little bit too much, and then you draw the line in the sand. You put a trend line on it, violates the trend line. Like I said earlier, it was making higher highs and higher lows. Then you see it make a substantial lower low. Substantial meaning a weekly candlestick or something like that. It takes out not just the day. It goes lower than yesterday. It goes lower than last week. And then it starts going lower than last month. You go, okay, yeah, this is something else. This is a correction. But yeah, I'm rambling. But yeah, add the technical component, and you'll be able to keep the money that you're making. And more than that, when those downturns come, you won't be up in arms and anxious and paranoid and scared. And you'll be a voice of calm, and you'll be making money, and you'll be able to calm down your family and people around you, because you will see it as a great opportunity. Yeah, it's sad that people are losing money, but you'll see it as a wealth transfer of the rich having to take a loss because they can't sell their shares as fast as you can. And so that's where those of us that, we're not the rich folk, we get to come up and close that wealth gap. So you'll see it as opportunity. I'm not hearing anybody. Something's wrong with mine.
No, we here.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, now I hear. Yeah, I hear. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah. We here. We're just listening. You said that wave 2, man. I think the wave 3 coming. I think the wave 3 coming.
I'm like, did I put everybody to sleep? Did I do that? I'm like, we got a lot to say. I'm like, what's up? I done put everybody to sleep.
No, man. Hey, we're listening to the game. We're listening to the game, man. Those technicals, man. Really, it's like you said. It's all collective. It's all collected, and those technicals really make a difference. No matter what. When you look at the technicals, it's almost like it doesn't really matter what happens. And you go back and look at the technicals, you're like, man, that wave theory, that wave 3, when that wave 3 comes, like, man.
Time to eat, isn't it? Time to eat, isn't it?
Wave 3, the longest wave. We know that. Well, the technical guys know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you're gonna eat at. And when you can, like you said, with the education and the knowledge and the experience, and what's coming,
right?
Yes, like you said, like this guy said, it is a gamble. Everything's a gamble, but you are hedging your bets or hedging your trades because you did the research. You know what's going to happen. for the most part. Anything could happen, of course. But
and I'm not saying that if you learn technical analysis, you're gonna be 100% right. I'm not saying that. We get it wrong too. Okay, but the thing about it, we know when we're wrong. If I'm thinking that the thing is supposed to go up and the candle's making lower lows, I know that I'm wrong. Now, it depends on if I got the personal discipline to sell at that point. You know, and that's what, as a technical trader, that's what you're battling, your own personal discipline. So as you go on, you learn, and it'll help you in life. It'll help you stare right in the mirror and look at your own cognitive dissonance and how you being charged. You losing money. I call that the stupid tax. Okay, so you gonna get taxed money for being stupid. Okay, so it's a real loss. So how long are you willing to be stupid? I can't afford me. So sometimes it'll make you come face to face. And so when you get into the technical, you get into a group of other technical traders, and y'all keep each other honest. They put up their chart and provide their analysis of what's going on. You put up your chart and you go, wow, okay, I can see your point. Okay, and so then you kind of rein it in, and everybody gets better at the same time. And so in a whole lot of forums, you got technical folks doing that, and then you see it play out in the market. Then there's a whole nother game with the options market that, rich folks try to go into the options market and buy puts and calls there, long-term puts and calls that they kind of say what the real sentiment is, because they can't put that money in the stock market. It'll move the market too much. It'll spook it. So they try to hide what they're doing over in the options market. So you learn that game, how to go over there and look at the put call ratio in the options market. Even if you're not trading options, you're just looking at the sentiment based on the put call ratio and the open interest and stuff. So you're looking at that to help you see what the opinion is over there. And then you start seeing the price validate that stuff. You go, wow.
Hey, Richie Rich. Is Richie Rich still on here?
I'm over sleeping, man. Go ahead. No,
I knew we put him to sleep.
It just popped up, man. Your boy Warnock won the Senate.
Yeah, I was looking at that. But the governor losing though. Purdue won.
Purdue, it ain't called, but he probably gonna win.
Yeah, I'm just soaking the game up from you fellas, man, because the more you talk about it, man, the more you learn. You know what I'm saying?
I'll give y'all this bit of free game. It's a lot of courses out there that charge thousands of dollars, $1,000-$2,000. I'm not gonna say they're not worth it, but the problem with a lot of those courses is they can teach you. You can go through and learn the concepts maybe in a couple of months, or some of them a month. But the problem is you got to live through those market cycles. So you might read about this lesson for these 30 days, but the market got to go through, again, from my Elliott Wave perspective, these 5 waves up, 3 waves down. It's got to go through that cycle, and you got to live through it with that awareness and trade it. So until you can go through this cycle a couple of times, you're not going to get it. So you might learn the concept in those courses, but when it comes to time to apply it, that course is over. That teacher is not around. So you need the knowledge, but then you also need a community. You got to be a part of a trading community where you can have a continuous dialogue with people who know the same foundational principles. So that's the deal. But for some free game, I would say go to babypips.com. And they have a technical analysis course over there. Just start get the basics of it. That's if you just cheat and you don't want to pay nobody, just start there. Nobody's teaching anything better than what's there. It's just the only criticism with Baby Pips. It's just so much stuff, and your eyes will roll back in your head. But it's called Pip University, I think, and they speaking at it from the perspective of Forex, but you should do it. Forex is the dog. The stock market is the tail. The Forex is like many, many times larger than the stock market. And the currency market trades overnight. It trades from Sunday at 5 p.m. until Friday at 5 p.m. It does not close. The stock market, there's a lag in the price in the stock market because of what the currency market does overnight. So in the morning at 9:30, when the stock market opens up, it has the price in the stock market has to adjust to what happened in the currency market since 5 p.m. the previous day when the stock market closed. So that creates this big flurry of activity in the stock market in the first couple of hours. So that's what those guys are talking about when they say, I trade stocks. I start at 9:30. I'm done by 10:30 or 11. That's why they're making that money. That's the secret why. Because there's a lag, an artificial lag between the stock market and the currency that's caused by the fact that the currency and futures market trade overnight and the stock market does not. So if the dollar changes its relationship to gold and euro and Swiss franc and other currencies, that changes the value of companies that use those products that are dollar sensitive. And so those prices have to move real fast. And so if you know that fact and you know technical analysis, you know before 9:30 comes that last night there was a big move in this particular currency, and that currency mirrors this stock, or this stock follows that currency. And so you know where the big money is. That this thing got to move a couple of percentage points to get back in sync with that currency. And so you dip in, like Brother Irwin was saying, you dip in, you get that money, and you dip out. And every day you just do that. Now, it took me years before I learned that that's what people were doing. But that's because I was over on the fundamental side. But once I came over to the technical side and I learned the different strategies people were using to make money, it just opened up a whole world.
And that's where greed comes in as well. You pick your setups.
Correct.
You pick your setups. You know, if you don't see the right setup, hey, I'm out. I'm on the sideline.
High five.
You know,
now, my man.
Then you pick your setup, you jump in, you jump out. That's it. And that's how they make their bread.
That's it.
And it's multi-trillion-dollar market. You get your $300, $400, $500, $600 in a day. Hey, I'm good. I live to see another day.
People call
and that's real.
They are,
and that's real talk.
Yeah, I like that. That's real talk. I don't say I'm trading. I say I'm charting. I'm charting because it's boring. Like Irwin said long ago, it's boring. You're sitting there looking at charts. You have to get used to not being in the market. So you only want to be in the market when it's advantageous to you based on the chart setup. That's the risk management part, and why I was kind of bucking back on the gambling, because there's a whole lot of discipline involved in me deciding when I'm in and when I'm not. I'm not just in the market because it's open, and I got all right.
Yeah, it's halftime. It's time for the halftime show. Richie Rich says halftime. It's the halftime show coming up.
You need one of them dancers like Kevin Samuel got. He got a twerker. He got a. Yeah, I like that. You got to do that.
Hey, where everybody at, man? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where everybody at?
Man, we done rocked them all to sleep.
I know Richie Rich in Atlanta.
Oh, you mean where? You mean like physically?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in Medellin.
Medellin, okay.
I'm in several places along the East Coast. I say from the DMV to the Carolinas, back and forth.
I'm in Maryland.
Okay.
I'm in Maryland.
Maryland. Okay, PG County. Okay.
PG
I used to work
County.
up there in PG County. Okay. Laura, I was all up through Laura working at one point. But yeah, I like PG County when I was up there working. That was years ago though, man. It's been a long time.
Let's see, my last residence was Bowie. I was there for 25 years. Near Reed Temple. Greenbelt Road. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Richie Rich out there in the ATL. Shout it.
That's right. The strip club capital of America.
There it is. There it is.
You know,
I used to
they
live in
took
Atlanta.
that strip club thing to a whole nother level, boy.
Man, it's crazy. A whole another level, man. It's crazy out there.
I saw Atlanta was the first place I saw that dudes would like they take dates. You know, women and men go to the strip club as a date.
Yeah.
I've never seen that nowhere else in this country. Atlanta was doing it first, to my knowledge.
Yeah, when I was living in Atlanta, man, I was dating this chick, and I was like, "What you want to do? You want to get something to eat?" She said, "Yeah, I want to get something to eat." I said, "Where you want to go?" She said, "Strokers." I said, "What?" I said, "To eat?" She said, "Yeah, to get some wings and fries from Strokers." I said, "Okay then." That was her date. She wanted to go to the strip club and eat some wings and watch some dances. You know what I mean?
Okay, Terry Quinn. I was raised in Southeast also. Same thing, Southeast DC. That's right.
Brooklyn. So. Okay. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, Brooklyn all day. That's my home.
Yeah, I like Brooklyn. Brooklyn feels like it's like I don't know. It's like that part. It coming from Southeast DC, Brooklyn feels like home. You know, it kind of is a lot.
Real talk, I was in I'm in Sabinetta right now, and like it's a certain part of Sabinetta that I was at the other day that made me feel like I was in Brooklyn. I was like, yo, this shit is fucking dope. This shit is awesome.
Yeah, Brooklyn is real. It can be maybe too real, but
yeah, I got a homie. He's in Medellin right now. He hit me up yesterday. Was asking about a dentist. You know, he wanted to go get his teeth clean. I'm sorry, his teeth whitened, and he was asking about a dentist in Medellin. I just sent him to Dentex. That's the only place I know about in Medellin. They everywhere in Medellin. But
where I'm at now is, it's dentists in the area. I don't know if the one that you're talking about is like a well-known one, but I mean, because I'm like in the community, it's some dentists here like within the area. I seen like orthodontists and all kinds of shit. It's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, Dentex is more of a chain. It's like a chain of a dentist. They out there. That's the only one I knew of because I never been to the dentist in Medellin. I always go to my dentist in Bogota.
You know what? I was thinking about going to Bogota next week, man, or probably this weekend. I don't know yet. I've never been there.
Yeah, Bogota is nice. That's my hub. My hub is Bogota. Bogota's nice. It's cool. It's big. It's big. It's like New York. It's big. It's huge. Yeah. You got little different little pockets and little different little boroughs and things of the nature where you go to nice areas. You know, you got Usacan, which is in the north. You got Las Rosales. Huh?
It's more expensive, right? Because it's the capital.
Yeah. Bogota would arguably is the most expensive city in the country.
Okay.
But Medellin is up there too now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard the cheapest is probably Cali is like the cheapest.
Cali is cheap. It's good. Cali's cool. You got to watch yourself in Cali. You got to watch yourself in Bogota as well.
Yeah,
Medellin,
Bogota.
Yeah. Bogota is like I said, it's a big city. So, Cali,
curfew all over again. Matter of fact.
They're getting ready to start all that. Yeah. Curfew joints are coming back around too.
I heard it's like January 6th to like January 11th for Colombia.
So what's the deal with Bogota? A brother was on last night. He was saying, was it Checks and Effects? He was on his show. He was recommending places in Colombia, and he said, "I don't recommend Bogota."
It's what you make it. It's what you make it. And everybody likes. It's like anything else, man. Some people like Burger King. Some people like McDonald's. Some people like Roof Chris. You know what I mean? It's just, so Bogota, I like Bogota. Bogota was the first place I went to when I went to Colombia. And I made that kind of like my hub. I own 2 businesses in Bogota. So that's always going to be like my hub. I really like Barranquilla. Barranquilla is a place where I would buy a home. I would buy a home in Barranquilla. Medellin is like where I go to party. I go to party, have a good time. It's like Houston or Miami. It's a weekend. thing. You have a good time. You party hard. Then it's time to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's like Vegas.
Cali
Vegas a nice place to visit. I wouldn't want to live there. That kind of thing.
Exactly. Cartagena is like Miami as well. It's a good weekend town. It get old. You know, I don't want to live in Cartagena, but it's some guys who want to live in Cartagena. You know what I mean? But for me, it's like Miami. You go, you have a good time for a good 3-4 day weekend, and then it's time to go. Bogota, you can live in the city. It's like living in New York. You go, you can settle yourself down there. You can, you know, kind of plant your feet a little bit. You can plant your feet in Medellin as well. Barranquilla is my place that I want to, you know, plant my feet and you know, do my thing there. But Bogota is always going to be my hub, mainly because I have 2 businesses there. Yeah, a lot of people talk about the weather. It does get chilly there, but not like chilly like us. If you're from New York and you go to Bogota, it's chilly, but it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing real bad. It ain't gonna snow every day and be 10 degrees. You know, the lowest it might get in Bogota might be like in the upper 30s or the maybe I would say the 40s. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna get no colder, but to them it's cold. And you're at a higher altitude as well. So the air is gonna be a little bit more lighter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Richard, fellas, thank y'all for you know, having me on. I enjoyed the conversation. It's 3 a.m. Y'all know that means the London market is open, and you know I gotta check out that price action.
Yeah,
right,
yeah. I'm in Japan right now, man. So it's 5:06 p.m. So I've been on these. That's what I've been doing all day, man. Watching these charts, watching these numbers, man. So
so you can trade before dinner. You can trade before dinner.
Absolutely, yeah. It's 5:06 p.m. over here, man. So I be into it.
All right, peace, fellas.
Send me them signals, if you will. Send me them signals, brother. Look me up.
I teach people how to eat, how to find their own, man.
Right.
I'm gonna jump out of here too, man. Y'all be safe, man.
Yeah, I'm about to end the live, man. Yeah, I'm about to end the live, man. Shit. Appreciate y'all coming on, man, sharing the insight, man, you know.
No Absolutely. Y'all be safe, man.
We're gonna try to do some more shows on this type of stuff. I know guys, you know, I knew Mangoes was gonna come up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, it's all with that.
Yeah, shout out to Jackson G, the man, you know what I'm saying?
It's all good though. Nah, it was a good show.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to get you on, man, with the 5 computers and shit lined up together, man.
You said get what? With what?
So we need to get you on the show with them 5 computers and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean at my 5 computers at my crib?
Right.
I'm in Colombia now, though. I ain't got no 5 computers. I got 1 computer with 3 screens.
1 computer with 3 screens?
Yeah, I got it's my travel computer. I use it to travel when I'm trading. You seen it before?
What you mean 3 screens though?
I got 3 monitors, three screens, bro.
Oh, you brought 3 monitors out there?
Yeah, I got 1080p USB monitors that I use when I only use it when I'm traveling to trade.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna send you a picture. You've seen this shit before, bro. I posted it before. I know you've seen it. And
yeah, I probably have, man. I just, you know, I'm just remembering the Mangoes, man.
You just be smoking that weed, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm on that good kush, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta leave that shit alone. Matter of fact, it's so funny because while you was talking about that, I was actually smoking.
Oh, right.
I'm like, man, this nigga Rich fucking up my high, bro.
Oh, you talking about Dre and shit?
Yeah, I'm like, this nigga Rich fucking up my high, bro. Why he doing this shit?
Man, it's my fault, man.
That's sad though, you know, that's crazy, man.
He was on that Colombian, that good Colombian, huh?
Yeah. See, that's the picture. That's the picture right there. I just sent it to you.
Oh, okay.
So I use that to trade whenever I'm traveling. That's what I trade with. It's two monitors and they're portable. They're like 15 inches. They're USB 1080p, and I just use that when I'm trading.
It looked like you brought that Comcast motor with you.
No. That's Claro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Claro.
Huh?
That's that Claro.
Yeah, that's that Claro. That's at one of the cribs where I'm at here. This is my setup right now. If I show you this shit, I can show you this shit right now. This is it, me listening to the show. Eating this food.
Man, that's what's up, man. So what can a seasoned day trader make in a day, man?
I mean, it all depends, man. Like it's there's that's a question that people ask. There's no number that you can give, bro. You can make $10.
Do y'all have like a quota most days?
Nah, I don't have that. Like that's what I'm saying. That I don't know what the other guy was talking about. I don't have no quota where I need to make like a certain amount a day. There might be a day where I make 700. There might be a day where I only make 300. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't have like I take what the market gives me, and I'm grateful for it.
Right.
I don't have a goal that I'm trying to make this, I'm trying to make that. I have my risk that I'm going to. I know what I'm going to risk before I'm even in the trade. You see what I'm saying? Like, and depending on what I'm going to risk.
So what's a good day you had in the last month or two? Good day.
A good day in the last 2 months since I've been doing it light since I've been here, but I think a good day I probably had in the last month might have been like almost a stack. Actually, I think in a 24-hour period, it was I think almost $1,000 since like October in one day.
Right.
I think I might have it on YouTube. It might be on my YouTube.
So what's a bad day? What's the worst day? I know it's more than 1,000.
Oh, I've lost 10,000 in one day before.
Damn.
Yeah. I've lost $10,000 in one day.
Right. So what you do the next day? You was like,
The next day I continue like that shit ain't even happened.
Right. That was in one trade or that was in several trades?
You said what?
Was that in one trade or several trades?
Nah, that was in more than one trade. That wasn't just one trade. That was in several trades, but that was the total for the day.
All right, they want to see your computers, man.
I started at. You said what?
They want to check out your computers.
Who?
You want to show the computers on here?
Who? Oh yeah, you could. Oh, we're still on the live.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were still on it. Okay, yeah, you can show that computer if you want.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were still on the live. Oh shit. That's what I'm using in Colombia when I'm traveling.
Hey, let me tell y'all now. When I jump off the live, me and everyone be talking for a whole nother hour. We ain't doing that tonight, bro. I said we ain't gonna do that tonight, though. I'm about to take my head to sleep, man.
I ain't know you still have me on the line. So yeah, but in case they can see it, that's my travel setup.
All right, somebody put a link in the chat. Let me check that out. Let me see what's going on.
A link to what?
Now you were saying the trading is a gamble, right? And he was saying it ain't a gamble.
It is a gamble.
I mean, but that's what the conversation was, right? You said
that's what the conversation was, yeah. Because he said trading wasn't gambling, and I said I disagree. I said trading is gambling.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that too.
I mean it is
not to say he's wrong, or I mean that's his opinion, but I'm just saying, it's definitely a gamble.
It's not even an opinion. It's like according to the definition of gambling, that's what it is, bro. Like it's that's what I'm saying. Like it's not an opinion. Like it's not like so. It would be different if somebody asked me what I think gambling is. Then that's different. I can be like, oh well, I think gambling is this. That's my opinion. But if you're like, what is gambling? I'm going to tell you what gambling is. That's the definition. It's no different if somebody said, yo, what is murder? Like, I can tell you what my definition is, or I can look in the dictionary and tell you what murder is. Like, we all speak the English language. The English dictionary edifies our language and what we're speaking. So I don't understand how we can refuse what the definition is when that's been the definition. It's not like they just made this shit up yesterday. They didn't just make it. You go back 80 years from that, 80 years before now, we look up gambling. I'm pretty sure the definition was very similar. Like, you see what I'm saying? So I don't know. but it's not my definition. That's what it is.
Yeah, Mike's World, put that link back up. I think somebody deleted it or something. I don't see it on the YouTube, but I see it on the screen, y'all. But try to see if you can put it back up real quick. You know, YouTube, sometimes they be deleting shit too, man. YouTube look crazy, man. So you don't mess with the Forex, do you?
No, I trade Forex. I used to trade Forex a lot heavier than I do now. Normally now, if I trade Forex, it's during like an economic event, like something may be happening, like we're gonna have job numbers or something in in Europe, or because then I might start looking at things like the euro versus the dollar or the Australian dollar, things like that. But normally, I would rather trade the futures currency versus the Forex itself. Because number one, Forex requires a lot of margin, and Forex doesn't have the moves like futures does. Now, during times when there's economic events, Forex is very volatile, but typically futures and stocks gives you a higher move based on the percentage than you'll have with Forex. It makes no sense because I can be with a firm. Let's say I'm with AMP Futures. I could trade the EUR USD, and it will only require me to have like maybe $100 or like $50 or $100 in margin for like one contract of that. And each pip, well, not each pip because this is futures. In futures, each tick is going to give me, you see what I'm saying, like more than the pip value that I would get for a pip in Forex, requiring less margin. So technically, it doesn't make sense to trade currencies. But because it's heavily marketed on television and on YouTube, and everybody's like, "Oh, I'm making money from Forex," and this, then a lot of people gravitate toward Forex. Now, there's a lot of different pairs. The benefit would be that there's a lot of different pairs besides like the euro, the Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar. There's a lot of different pairs, like exotic pairs that are not offered in futures. Futures mainly deal with the most liquid and most popular pairs, which are like the EUR USD, AUD USD. I believe it's the New Zealand dollar, the Japanese yen. They primarily deal with like those 4 or 5, as compared to other brokers might offer you different pairs, basically. But to me, futures is way more beneficial than Forex is. I think anybody would. Well, anybody who has experience trading both would agree.
Oh, okay. All right, man. Well, shit, man. Appreciate having you on, man. Appreciate y'all guys dropping them gems. You know what I'm saying? It was all good, man. Shit.
See, I don't understand these people are saying like taking a risk is not gambling if it's a calculated risk. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't understand this kind of logic. It's like if you have sex with a woman and you wear a condom, right? That's a calculated risk. You're wearing a condom. You ain't going in there raw. You're taking the condom. You know what I'm saying? But you're still taking a risk. Shit can go bad. You see what I'm saying? Like if the condom pop and then you catch a disease, are you gonna say you didn't take the risk? Oh no, I didn't take a risk. It's still a risk, bro. Like you distort the definition in the context you place the word. I don't know if he means like now, recently, or prior.
You talking about when you're talking earlier?
Oh, okay.
You said taking the risk is not
that doesn't make any sense, bro. Like I don't this is
a calculated risk.
Like I think people need to just Chris, can you Google gambling, bro? Can you just Google
it? Already, man. I had put it up earlier.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, it's like people like I don't know if people are telling me what the definition is or if they're telling me what they think the definition
is. Man. Oh man.
Yo, just
well, you know, the thing about definitions though, you got several meanings to it though.
Listen, the question is we're talking about gambling.
It's
Play
stated
games.
is the wagering of money with you don't know the outcome. When
That's
you
it.
take a trade, you're wagering money. You like when I take a trade, I'm not wagering my couch. I'm not wagering my television. Like when I open an account with Centerpoint doesn't be like, yeah, okay, let me get your couch or your television or your living room. They ask for cash money. You're wagering money. Like I don't understand what people are like. This is
one definition right here, and I'm gonna put up the other one because it's two of them. But I mean, I get what I get what he was saying. He was basically saying that, like, hey, look, for the people that don't know how to trade, you're definitely taking a gamble. For the professional traders, it's not a gamble, And maybe he just speaking his opinion on it. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my thing. In order for me to tell me, I
think you get more technical, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
let me put it this way. Is Lotto, when you play Powerball, are you gambling?
When you play the lottery?
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. I mean, yeah.
So here's the thing. There are people who play the lottery and they have their, I got my strategy. I do this. They have their own strategy and their own mathematical calculations for all types of shit. Like we all have family like that.
Bro, these niggas. I used to work with an old man, and this is no lie. He used to play minimum $50 a day in cash 3, different numbers. Most days he play 100, bro. I used to take this dude. He was kind of like damn near blind. I used to take him to the store every day, play his lottery tickets. I know it's an addiction, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's an addiction. I'm talking about this dude religiously play these numbers. Sometimes he'll hit, man, 10 grand.
My cousin, same
500.
has a graph chart. Like he uses a graph paper and he charts the numbers every day that play out for it's some lotto game where it's done like twice or 3 times a day. And he made I don't know how he does it, but he makes like 500 a week, and he's been doing this for like a while.
He back.
Yeah, I'm back, man. Bruh, I conceded the point. Why are you going on? You can roll the tape back. Now, wait a minute. And you can roll the tape back. I conceded the point. You made your argument, and I said, yes, it's a risk. No, but even when he spoke, Erwin, why don't you recall that I conceded the point to you?
I never said you didn't. I don't understand.
Why go on and misrepresent how we ended up?
How did I misrepresent anything? Like
by saying, okay, what you said needed clarification. Okay, we clarified it. It is a risk. Yes, but it is now later on the word calculated came up. That never came up earlier. That is exactly my point. If you inferred that, okay, yes, it's a risk, but you inferred that it is like an extreme risk, irrational risk, a dangerous risk. You didn't say that it was, but without the clarification that it's not left when you don't say it, when you don't clarify that it is a calculated risk.
I never said the word calculated. I never said extreme. I never said risk. My whole argument was it is gambling. So anything else that was said other than that was not said by me unless I was reading somebody else's comment.
Okay. When you say it is gambling,
disagree with me.
Let me say it again.
Disagree with me, or you didn't accept what I said. I never said that.
You're not understanding that I was right and exact when I first came on. The fact that I wasn't talking about what you were talking about, or that we had differences, a different perspective of what we were talking about, that's what you're not accepting.
I don't know what you mean by accepting. Like you did.
Okay. What I'm saying is the context is you're talking on YouTube to a group of risk adverse people or culture that is risk averse. Do we agree on that point?
No, I don't know who I'm talking to on YouTube.
Black people are not risk averse.
I don't know who I'm talking to on YouTube.
You don't know that this is a black travel group. You don't.
The only person that I know who I'm talking to is Roll the Tape. I don't know anybody else who I'm talking to on YouTube.
Okay, now I'm asking you your opinion. It is your opinion that most of the people listening to this are black?
Possibly.
Wow. So not probable. How about probably? Is it probable that most of the people are black?
Yeah, it's definitely probable that they're most of them.
Is it your opinion that the intended audience for this program is black men?
I don't know that.
Why don't you ask? Let's ask Roll the Tape. Is the intended audience? I'm going to ask him. Let's clarify it. Is the intended audience? Roll the tape, brother. Is the intended audience this program black men who travel?
That pretty much, yeah. It's pretty much brothers that come on here.
Now you and Erwin know each other much better than I know you, and how come I understand that, but you don't, Erwin?
No, because you're asking me what his intentions are. You said, are the intent for the program to target?
That's what kind of got me, like the intentions.
I don't know what his intentions are.
It's more than brothers that come on here now. You know what I'm saying?
This is not my show. You're asking me what the intentions of the person who created the show, what the host is. I cannot give you an answer for what his intentions are.
Okay, so am I the only one here that when y'all come to this show, don't you understand that you come into a program that has mostly black men?
Check this out, Dollar Will. With all due respect, bro, I respect you. I respect the crap. I respect what you're saying. But there's really no point in us continuing this conversation.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to just clarify the point that where I was talking about is that when you talk, we're trying to change a culture and get black people involved in trading. And we are a risk averse people. We don't start businesses. We don't trade because we think that it is incredibly risky. Now, so in that context, that is reality. And if you don't agree with that reality that we're risk averse, then yeah, we really never going to agree. So when the word gambling comes up and someone says it's gambling, and you're saying that to a risk-averse people, and you don't mitigate or define gambling or put it in a context so that they can understand that, yes, it's a risk, but it's not an extreme risk. It's not an irrational risk.
I did everything that you just said. The whole basis started with you saying it's not gambling. I said, I agree with everything you said, but I only disagree with the fact that trading is gambling. You said it's not gambling. I said, yes, it is gambling. You said, what is the definition of gambling? We looked up the definition of gambling, and definition of gambling correlated more with what I was saying, and then later on, you agreed with what I was saying. Now, when you start talking about saying that I'm giving the impression or saying terms like extreme risk, these are all things that I didn't say. Now, I think what you're doing is—
I didn't say that you said it. I didn't say that you said it. I didn't say that you said it was extreme. I didn't say that. I'm saying when you don't clarify whether it is extreme or not, when you don't speak on the subject at all,
I don't see why I need to clarify that it's extreme or not, because the whole basis was that trading is gambling. No different than poker is gambling. No different than lotto is gambling. I don't feel that if I said that, I would have to explain the details or the extreme of lotto or poker. Or the whole basis of the argument was trading is gambling. It's a form of gambling. It's not the only way to gamble. It's a form of gambling, like betting on horses. Whether you know that this horse is on steroids or this horse is natural or this horse is bred from a winner, it's gambling because we do not know the outcome. The whole thing was based upon the definition of gambling. So
and saying that trading is a form of gambling, that's one thing. Saying that trading is gambling like lotto, which is what you said, that is those are two different statements. They do not mean the same thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about what you just said 30 seconds ago when you said that trading it's like lotto. That's what we disagree.
Okay. Here's the thing, and here's the truth. And this is I'm
There's no skill involved when I buy a lottery ticket.
This is perplexing me.
Oh man.
I need you to come closer to the mic, brother. I don't hear you. Come closer to the mic.
What I'm saying is I'm reading the comments and this is all perplexing me. Like, at the end of the day, this is what it is. Nobody here is debating me. Everyone is debating the dictionary.
Dude, you are making an argument that's dead. I came on, you explained your point. I told you I understand the context that you were speaking in, that it is gambling. You read the definition of gambling. At the end of all that back and forth, I conceded the point to you.
Right. I agree.
Okay, on that basic definition, broad definition of gambling. My point is, which you're not making the stretch to try to understand what I'm saying. That words, the meaning of words change according to the context. Okay, that's my point. And given this context, you can't just say to risk-averse people that, well, you can say it, it's your opinion, you said it. So like you said earlier, we don't need to keep going on. If you believe that trading, even as a technical trader, that trading is hold on, this is what you just said tonight, and it's on the record. That, hold on, let me finish. That you just said that trading is gambling. Like, hold on, let me get the whole sentence out.
Okay.
You just said that trading is gambling like the lotto. And as a technical trader, you said that. That's astonishing to me.
No,
so why even practice or learn technical analysis if what you're doing as a technical trader has the results no better than the lotto? You believe that?
First of all, here's the thing. Number one, you misquote me, and number one, you don't repeat everything I said. My example, when I said trading is like a lotto, I said there are people who have strategies like Mike, and I gave an example like my cousin who write down the numbers, who do this kind of math, and they come up with these numbers for them to play. This is the same as a calculated risk. It's the same as me looking at support and resistance and looking at volume. I have my strategy. What I'm trying to say is the fact that no matter what your strategy is, Elliott wave, PTM, Fibonacci retracement, it doesn't matter. Option, it doesn't matter what your strategy is. No matter what your strategy is, no matter what your calculated risk is, no matter what your percentage of winning that your strategy is, if you are wagering money and you do not know 100% what the outcome is going to be, according to the definition that we use in the English language that edifies what we speak and has been the definition for years, this is gambling. When you make comments like you say, you believe, you do this, you make it personal, because I have not given my opinion on anything. All I have done was read the definition.
Brother, everything you just said right there.
Number two, I agree that you agreed with me after I read the definition. You left the panel, I left the subject alone, rolled the tape, came back and brought the subject up.
Yeah, I did bring it up.
Okay, it doesn't matter who brought it up. I'm just talking about what he said when you brought it up. But what you just described just now about gambling, I agree with that. But that's not what you said the first time when you associated it with the lotto. So you'll be able to roll the tape back when this is over in here. That's all I'm saying.
That's incorrect.
We don't have to debate that. Everybody can go back and listen to it.
You're wrong. It's not a debate. You're wrong.
Of course it's not a debate because you're wrong. And we don't need to debate it. Everybody can just listen when it's over to what you said. The word like, okay, since you like looking up words, man, what does like mean? Okay, come on, man. You can't say trading is like the lotto. You said that. Period.
When I said trading is like the lotto, because I asked, is the lotto gambling? This is what I said. Is the lotto gambling? And I asked the question.
He's debating over one word, man.
I conceded the point. I conceded the point. There are many types of gambling. And you said the casino is gambling as well as the person going into the casino. And I conceded the point.
But I didn't.
Hold on. And then I said, but the casino wins, right? You said yes. And so then we're talking about the levels of risk and outcome. Okay. So some gambling it's worth it because the outcome justifies the risk. The reward justifies the risk. And so hold on. I know you didn't, but that ain't the point whether you said it. It's about what it means. And when you use words on a subject, the whole context of that subject matters. Okay? So people, if you say to risk averse people that that trading is gambling, and you don't define it any further than that, and then later on, even now, you say that trading is like the lotto, man, that's, I think that, you got to get called on that.
You don't understand what I'm saying when I say these things.
I heard what you said. I understand what you said all the while, but you're not always saying the same thing. I understand that too.
I've literally, I don't even understand.
But we good. I just wanted to come in and clear my name. I'm hearing myself being, you like portraying me as a clown who don't understand the English language. Come on, man. I'm like, come on. I got to come back on for that, bro. So don't do that. Don't play me like that.
With all due respect, all you are doing is saying and expressing how you feel and how you're.
I'm not. I'm saying what it is.
I have never implied that throughout this whole show. I've showed you nothing but respect. And
dude, you came on and ridiculed. You just now ridiculed about I'm not accepting what the dictionary says, and I don't get to make up my words. The words have meaning.
You're arguing against the dictionary.
No, that's what there was no need for you to even do any of that. I conceded the point to you. I can see when somebody concedes the point, why don't you just accept it and let it end?
I don't even know what you're talking about at this point, but all you're doing is expressing.
Yo, brothers, man. I don't want us to argue over.
Now we good. This ain't serious.
Opinions, man, because I
just met the brother. Let me just say,
I got to trim it a little bit.
Let me just say, I like the brother. I just met the brother. This ain't gonna carry beyond today for me.
I have no issues at all with you. I have no ill will. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have that toward anybody. All I was trying to do, and I apologize if I said anything that might have seemed that I was implying something or being offensive or disrespectful, because that was not the case. All I was doing was expressing my point of view according to what I said when you asked me, and also discussing the topic when Rich brought it back up and asked me a question. That was it. I was not taking any jabs at anybody in the group or anybody at all. I wish you the best. I have no issues, you know what I'm saying, at all. And like you said, as far as I'm concerned, beyond this is where it stops. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to continue further than this.
Yeah, and I understand your point that it's gambling. And all I'm saying is that there are many gambles in life, from, like I said, getting a college degree, moving to a particular neighborhood, choosing a particular woman, getting married. The life is full of gambles, and gambles, in course, includes inherent risk. Like you said, because you have an unknown, uncertain outcome. Absolutely. I'm not disagreeing with that. I was just speaking up for any possible interpretation that other people could have, because I had it, that you was putting trading, associating it with an unreasonable risk. Now, if that's not what you meant, fine. That's all I was just trying to clarify, that some things are more risky than others, and trading, if you apply some the knowledge and skill to it, you can mitigate the risk, and the risk is acceptable. If you're not studying, if you don't study technical analysis to combine it with your fundamental analysis, then trading, in my opinion, is risky, and it's an unacceptable amount of risk.
All right, man, we're gonna go all night. This shit gonna turn into man. It was a great show, man. I appreciate y'all guys, man.
All right, yeah, I enjoyed it too. Good meeting you, brother.
I'm reading Terry Quinn's comment. He said, "I don't believe trading is as random as playing the lotto."
Gotta come closer to the mic. Come closer to the mic.
I'm sorry. I was reading Terry Quinn's comment. He said, "I don't believe trading is as random as playing the lotto, but trading does involve some risk."
No, it can be. The way some people trade, it is like the lotto.
I understand that, but the point that I want to make is, if he, according to him, if he doesn't believe it's random, it's a random set of events, that means he can predict the outcome. Because for him to say, I don't believe it's random, that means he can tell me tomorrow the S&P is going to close green or it's going to close red, and he should be able to do that every day.
Oh, I can, yeah. Let's have a game that I can do. I mean, the many days I can do that. Absolutely, many days. Yes.
I'm not saying people don't do that. I was just expressing the point that if we don't believe it's, because if we don't believe, we have random and we have order. Okay, if we don't believe it's random, then that means there's an order to it. So if there's an order, he should be able to tell you the order. Because if he can't tell me the order, that means it's random.
And okay, now if we could tell you the order, okay, I believe this. I'm getting lost a little bit in the way you put. Okay, I believe that there's order. I believe that there's order, and I can often tell you if it's going to be up or down, over a certain period of time. And I do that on my channel. Many of us technical traders do that all the time. Mm-hmm. People that's in this giving signal services, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. No, I understand that. But what I'm saying,
so that takes it out of the realm for me of high risk gambling.
But it's trading. Here's the thing. Trading, and I'm going to use the casino as an example. All right. It's and this is to Terry. I'm not directing this to you, I'm talking to Terry. It's a random set of events, and by and I want to clarify so people don't get confused. By random, what I mean is we do not know what the outcome is going to be. Now, we may feel that the outcome is going to be 70% in our favor based upon what we think is happening in the economy or fundamentals or this or that, but it is a random set of events. Now, it's based upon your strategy. You may have a higher probability of you winning and it going in your favor. No different than you watching a football game. You don't know who's going to win, but you may be like, yo, they're using their second QB, or this wide receiver's fucked up. You can start seeing certain things that you can say, okay, this team has a statistical advantage over this team. You don't, and based upon that, you'll place your bet or, whatever you're going to do, but you don't know the exact outcome. It's random. It's like, for instance, we know flipping a coin is going to give you 50-50.
Okay, we don't have a crystal ball to know certain, but we do have a data and whatever skill to say what the probability is like. But we don't even know. We don't know, but we can make a good guess at the probability and be right a high percentage of time.
And Dollar Will,
now, some type of gambling, some gambling you can do that, and some you can't. A lotto you can't.
Well, here's the thing, right? The lotto you can't, right? This is what's very interesting. You say the lotto you can't. Fine. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not giving you my opinion. There are some people that feel they can with the lotto and they have their own strategy. There's a million strategies you can go up on the internet to look this up. Now, in retrospect, there's a lot of people that tell us regarding the profession that you and I have that, you can't make money day trading with technical analysis. Do you see what I'm saying?
But we know that they're wrong, though. We know that's a false statement.
But at the same time, I know that they're wrong. But at the same time, I don't play Powerball. I don't know if they're right about the people that play Powerball or people that play scratch-offs.
Yes, we do know that. We do know that they're wrong because we don't see them anywhere. You got technical traders all over YouTube with projections that's on their channel. This is verifiable.
Like Dollar Will, real shit.
Where are the Powerball winners where they can show receipts?
There's people. Powerball is extreme, but there's people that you can look up online who consistently win money. And I'm not saying that they don't lose. You and I know what consistency entails. It doesn't mean that they win every hand. But there are people that consistently and they're profitable off of scratch-offs. I'm dead serious with it. You probably know some people. At the end of the month, they might have won. Now, remember, profitable means if you are even up 1 penny, from what you invested or what you spent. There are people that consistently, they're making $100 to $600 a month through scratch offs.
I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm going to say I ain't never heard a rumor that they exist until you saying it right now. I didn't know that there were people who at the end of you're saying that at the end of the month, all the money that they that they put at risk to buy the scratch offs, they gain more money than
let me clarify. I just used the month as an example, okay? But it could be over the term of 3 months, it could be over the term of a year. All I'm saying is that they are profitable.
I don't know anybody like that. But if you say that they're out there, I'd love to hear about that.
I promise you on my life, my cousin in Orlando, Florida, plays a scratch off where the numbers come up like 2 or 3 times a day. And he's been, and listen, I'm not lying. He's been doing this for a long time. And I know how he is with money. He's not doing this and losing. Like, it's crazy. Like, and he has a graph paper where he writes the numbers every day. He has some type of calculation, and he was breaking it down to me. Like, they're telling you it's all of these numbers, but really you only have 0 to like 9. He said some shit like that. And he's like, the numbers repeat itself, but it repeats itself in different sequences. He has a whole math calculation for it, and shit works with it.
Wow.
I've never tried it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, yeah, I'm not going to assume. I'm not going to be guilty of what I charge the fundamental trader to doing, assuming that everybody knows what I know, or nobody knows more than me. So they might know something I don't know. So I'm not going, I'm not going to dismiss that. But just to clarify for the trader world, there are traders that make a lot of money and they only write 50% of the time.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's how they make a lot of money being right basically 50% of the time, because they recognize when the trade is going wrong. I said earlier in the show about the higher high and the high, what the rule of trend is for uptrends and what the rule of trend is for downtrends. If they think that the price should go up or it's going up, and then the price starts to go down, which means make lower lows and lower highs, they get out of the trade because they trained themselves to get their ego out of it, and they just take that little loss. So mostly what you learn when you're learning technical analysis, you're battling your own ego to get out of it, to get out of your own way, and just press the sell button and take that tiny loss. And then you end up being right. And then it teaches you how to stay in the trade for a long time when you're right. And mathematically, you end up with big wins and small losses. Yeah, and that's where it comes from. So, and you can do that only being right 50% of the time. Because
in October, I had a bad month. And in October, I got to look at my stats. But I remember I was like 43% right. for the whole month of October. Right. I mean, there's a lot of other factors in there. I came to Columbia.
And you probably had a small dollar loss if you were disciplined and got out early because you was wrong. You only had a 43% win rate. It doesn't mean that you lost. It doesn't necessarily mean that you lost a huge amount.
I ended the month green because, with my strategy, like I cut my losses early. Like I'm not risking. Well, I try not to. I'm not risking more than what my original plan was. But my gains, like when I was right, I was right. You know what I'm saying? And I would let the runners run. You know what I mean? But I was actually wrong more than I was right. And I still ended the month profitable.
Right. But yeah, that greed and personal discipline and getting your ego out of it, that's the part that takes years. Teaching people the rules of trading, that takes a few months.
Yeah, and I still mess up.
Yeah, because we all got some demons. I mean, I got people that I'm teaching to trade. I see a couple of them. I know they're gonna be better than me. I see it. They're gonna be better than me.
Yeah.
Cause they don't have my demons. I'm greedy, man. I want it all.
I got guys better than me. You know what I mean? Right. But it's like but for some reason they have some type of mental thing. Like they feel like if we're not in contact or they're not showing me charts, like they're not going to be profitable.
Right. But sometimes it flips around. You know, I mean, when you teach somebody, it's like very rewarding when you teach somebody, and then at a certain point, you say, "Okay, I'm not the teacher no more." With peers, with peers, you understand it as well as I do. Your argument is just as sound as mine, and I mean, I really like that. I've gotten a couple people to that level where my respect for their application of the rules is to a point where they know it as well as I do or better.
Exactly. No, you're right. I had one student and we him and I, we go over it back and forth because I'm kind of like a long bias trader. I used to be short, but I'm like a long bias trader, and he's a short bias guy. I'm like, we always see things differently. Like we go back and forth at it all the time.
Hey,
I'll see a short.
Hey, hold on, guys. Hold on one second. I'm about to end the live. Shout out to everybody. I'm gonna let y'all sit backstage and talk.
Get off.